You got me tonight. I'm Rob Villain. We are fresh off a Friday Night Live episode featuring D Edge, my big bro. It was a good night, great interview. I had no idea in a million years that it would have went 4 hours and 41 minutes, but it did.
I'm glad y'all did though. It gave me a chance to what I'm saying, pop in at the end.
It's like God's talking to us. Somebody's talking to us. We don't know who is.
Oh shit!
Oh man,
Syndrome's in the building.
What's up with you? Yeah, man. The DA interview was super dope.
Where are we getting echo from?
I don't know. I think it was me.
Is it
Okay.
you?
No.
Who knows? We got to figure out because it's annoying. Let's we'll be joined shortly with
By Indy, man.
Yeah, something's really weird. I don't know what it is. We'll get to the bottom of it. But Friday was pretty good. It was a great show. We had a lot of people in the studio. Shout out to DH for allowing the interview to happen.
Yeah, shout out to Become.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is really bothering me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, can you guys hear the echo? If anybody's watching, our viewers, go ahead and hit the comments. If you can hit an echo, then we got a real problem. Everything's supposed to have an echo cancellation, so we'll work out these technical difficulties and still draw the show. What did you take away from Friday night?
Well, first of all, I think the biggest thing for me was D Edge is probably one of the most honorable guys, you know what I'm saying, that this region has seen. All of the stories that he told from his perspective, but he didn't throw anybody under the bus. You know what I'm saying? He just told the truth, and it is what it is, but he's definitely a stand-up guy.
I fixed it.
Did you? No, I can't hear though.
Hold on. What about now?
Yeah, I can hear now. Yep.
There you go.
That's it. Good job, Phil.
Yeah, it was like I said, if you would have told me that we would have went for fucking 4 hours and 41 minutes, like I had enough backwoods rolled up to last maybe 2.5 hours. I had 4 rolled up. So, and that don't include the Moon Rocks fucking backwood that yeah. So yeah, shout out to Indy. He hit the private chat, said the mics were echoing. We figured it out, so we're back to normal now.
Thanks, Indy. When are you gonna pop in, buddy?
Shout out to Indy. He be working behind the scenes a lot. He's a true asset. He's a true ass too, but whatever. But back to Friday night. It was a dope interview. Shout out to Keisha Cautious for co-hosting with me. She's going to be my new co-host for Friday Night Live.
Dope as shit. Keisha, with the interview skills was, it was really good for her. The way she was able to bounce questions off both you and Edge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to keep the interview fire flaming. So yeah, shout out to my girl Keisha Cautious. And yeah, it was. I be hating to say stuff because sometimes I be thinking like I be out of my element because I haven't seen every interview from this area, but I'm gonna say that this is probably one of the most important interviews from around this area, just because of what it meant and how much it meant. Especially on the heels of
how much you think this was?
2.5
3-1.
Jesus.
We smoking a Reggie Miller. Anyway, back to Friday night. It was I knew it was gonna be very informative. It was gonna be
yeah, it was a lot of questions that I know a lot of people have that were answered, and even to the point of now it caused me to want to ask even more questions, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Which sets up for the Straight Slamming documentary though.
Yeah, we didn't want to get into everything. We wanted to do a glance over. We wanted to
You guys
scratch the
got
surface.
into a lot though. 4 hours.
Yes, we wanted
almost 5.
We wanted to do what we've been asked the most over the last 6.5 years.
Right.
You know, so that's exactly what the point was. That's exactly what we wanted to do. We didn't really want to do anything more than that, but we did end up doing a little bit more. But there was nothing nothing off limits or anything like that.
Right.
So
it was riveting. I was literally at work. They wanted me to work, and I was like, man, fuck y'all. I'm about to watch this D-Edge interview. You know what I'm saying? So definitely
Indy just left the room.
Did he?
Yeah.
And no Trell. So it's just us again.
I mean, I'm sure one of them will be in. Indy's been going through some shit. Don't want to put like too much of his business out there, but he's been he's been a little under the weather.
Yes.
So he might be through. Trell's daddy daycare is in full shift today. His wife got called into work because of somebody else's call off.
Yeah.
So he's got like 17 kids running around, fucking pissing in the potted plants and all types of shit. So he might pop in a little while. Shout out to Omob. Omob's been he's been under the weather too. It's a bunch of Villain Radio motherfuckers just sick.
Yeah. I got over
shout
my
out to Omob. Yeah, the Friday was cool. It was very a very good trip down memory lane. So I wasn't
was there anything that you didn't talk about that you wanted to talk about?
No, everything was I got to everything I wanted to.
Okay.
So that's was it. Like I didn't care about getting anything other than that.
I mean, it's not really much to say about the interview that, you know what I'm saying, you got to go and watch it.
Yes.
Like it's not, we can't rehash all of it because like you said, it was almost 5 hours that that you guys were live for, you know what I'm saying? So go watch it. You need to go watch it. It answers a lot of questions. If you got questions about what went on, Straight Slamming, ESGN, Freddie Gibbs, D-Edge, it was talked about. So
yeah, it was I liked it. I liked it. It wasn't bad.
Man. It was history. It was history. For sure.
It's gonna be like it set everything up great. The Straight Slamming documentary is gonna be a full documentary. We're gonna try to get shit from everybody else who was a part of it. I want to do a round table. We'll see how that goes. But there will be an album that accompanying it. Basically the Straight Slamming album that never came out. Everything that they recorded and shit like that.
Yeah, Ed said he's gonna do the real Straight Slamming album.
Yes, and there's a ton of material. I've heard some of it, of course. Bunch of unreleased shit from everybody that was a part of Straight Slamming. Everybody from Gibbs to Overdose, to Edge to Hit. You know, Big Kill. Even got some unreleased Big Kill shit. So
give us one dope track that you know that a bunch of people were on. You don't even have to give us the name, but something that you've heard that's off there.
Oh shit!
Some dope as fuck.
There was a joint with Fred that a Cappy joint that Fred was on.
Eesh.
That was pretty dope.
That's dope as fuck. Shout out to Cappy, man. Out there killing it.
So it was, and let's see, Cappy just turned 21, I believe, in 2020. So he was on the song I'm referring to. Shit, he was fucking trying to do the math in my head, and it's not coming as fast as I would want it to. But
use your fingers.
He was like 12, like he was like 12 years old.
12.
Yeah, you know, and he was holding his own with Fred. I mean, as much as he could, but
right.
Shout out to Cappy.
Shout out to
he's
him.
a dope engineer and producer.
Yep.
Shout out to Hit, shout out to Overdose, shout out to G Wiz, shout out to Fleazy, rest in peace, shout out to Goon, rest in peace. Shout out to Archie. I know
this guy in. He's in now.
I know Archie tuned in for a while. Shout out to Arch. Arch, I do want to get that interview with you soon. I will be out in LA probably mid to late January, so we can set that up. I'll bring everything and we'll do it live from LA.
Nope.
We go on top of a fucking mountain and do it if you want. I was hoping that there was something that I didn't know that I learned, like at some point, especially with bringing Keisha in, because I wanted to bring Keisha in because she could fill in all the shit, all the questions that I can't ask because I only know Edge to a certain extent.
Right.
You know? I'll ask all the pre-Vill questions, all the pre-Vill questions, you know, all the shit that he did and went through and all that shit before we met and started our musical journey, which has not ended. So
to be continued.
To be continued. But it didn't even seem like 4 hours and 41 minutes.
Y'all was live for a long time. I was at work, then I got off work, then I'm hitting you like y'all still at the studio and shit. You're like, yeah, we're still live. I'm like, oh shit. So I I click back into the interview, you know what I'm saying? And I'm watching it as I pass the exit that I was supposed to get on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I was definitely like, yeah, we're still live, because I was just as surprised as you probably were when you read the motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was like, Jesus Christ, you guys are still there live too? That mean y'all still talking. I'm like, shit.
And
okay.
the whole time in the back of my mind, I'm like, I hope Indy's not dying.
Right.
Because he was all set up to produce the show.
Real.
And then
For real though.
And then he comes on, and the look on his face was like, I gotta go. I'm like, oh shit. Well, keep me updated, you know?
Yeah.
And the asshole didn't keep me updated. And I know he's watching in the room right now. He hasn't brought himself in, but they know you should really let people know if you're okay. It's not good to have them stressed out about you.
We need you to talk about this too, Indy.
He's taking drugs right now.
Yeah, he doesn't want to talk about it. The rapper list is coming up next, and we're gonna need you for that though. So
yeah, he already knows about that shit. We're gonna get a couple things tonight. We wanted to go break down the Edge interview. I was hoping Trell was gonna be here. I know he watched part of it. I don't know how much Indy watched because of everything that he had going on. But 10,000 people have watched so far.
Yeah.
So I got hit up by
Big numbers, that's dope.
I've gotten hit up by 2 blogs. Edge has gotten hit up by 4. So we're gonna start clipping it up. Well, I'm lying because I'm not gonna do it because I don't got time to. So Indy said something about doing it earlier because he got a couple days off work, and he's already been fucking clipping up fucking White Devils. Shout out to Indy. Fucking Rich has been talking about that for fucking like 4 weeks, and Indy's like, well, you know, I clipped up some shit. I'm like, well, I love you.
You see what he puts on the ticker? Rappers are crybabies. Coming up next.
And my OCD is killing me that the C in coming is not capitalized.
Yeah, that does fuck it up a little bit. But yeah, shout out to Indy.
But
and to talk about that, D Edge not being a crybaby, and he's a rapper.
Yeah, see, what we wanted, what he really drove home was no matter what happened at the end of the day with the whole ESGN straight slamming situation, everybody was elevated to a platform they were never at before.
Yep.
And they got a level of a level of exposure they've never gotten before.
Yep.
So if they couldn't translate that to help their own career, I don't know what else you want somebody to do for you.
And beyond,
they're already on songs with you. They're already putting you in a video. They're already, you know, shit like that. They're putting you out there in front of hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions. If you can't capitalize that off that, whose fault is that?
And even beyond all of that, the fact that he didn't have to do any of that.
No,
he could have just looked out for himself. And
well, in the long run, that's what he eventually did. But how long do you go?
How long
do you go shielding people from the rain, so to speak, before you just keep the umbrella for yourself? You know, it's a fucked up situation either way you look at it, because you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
And then there may be
and somebody's gonna be mad no matter what. Somebody's gonna be mad
and say something that may be contrary to that, but you know, I just have a hard time blaming him.
Yeah,
for any of that.
It's he could have went about it a lot better. He could have communicated with every member or whatever, and he just didn't have to like change his phone number and like leave everybody high and dry, so to speak. But teach their own, you know. I mean, you could take it and you could fucking fuss about it, or you could use it as motivation to get to the next level. So, but shout out to everybody who came through Friday night. Shout out to Syndrome. He came through after work. Young Jail G Scott was here. Smiley was here.
Smiley. Shout out to Smiley, man. Fuck with him on IG.
Me, Edge, and Smiley came in here all fucking bling the fuck out. G Scott gets here and he's tripping because like he's like, look at you. You're in a Versace shirt. You got some fucking off-white ones on or fours on, and like he's like, what the fuck? I've never seen you like this.
I've never seen Vill like that. I definitely was in the comments like, look at this guy.
Well, here's the thing.
I do get
pieces. like if you see me out, if you see me out on events like that, that's how I am.
Nah, man, we know.
You know,
come on, man.
But like usually, like from the waist down right now, I'm wearing a pair of fucking sweats, and look, I got fucking house shoes on. House shoes on.
He's at home.
I'm at home, you know, but you know, I do, you know, shout out to Edge. Bianca? Shout out to Edge. I got my new piece. I got my new XDE piece. I had the varsity letter one, but he upgraded me to the new logo. And you know, me and Edge are deep. As everybody can see, I also got the logo tattoo.
He has it tattooed on him, so you know it's real.
So it's we go back. It's more music. It like he's my big brother. You know, he's an inspiration. Right. He's a mentor. I seen he has laid the blueprint to what I'm following with what I'm trying to do for you guys.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to do for you, what I'm trying to do for Bug, what I'm trying to do for Oma, what I'm trying to do for J Ortiz, and shit like that. I can't do nothing with Indy because Indy's in his own fucking lane. You know, I help him out as much as I can, but he has something nobody else has. He has his own built-in audience.
Yeah.
You know,
and he's branded, but you still help though.
So it's Edge has laid the blueprint, and I've just tried to follow it. I've tweaked it here and there to where it better fits me. And some of the things he's learned for me, he's applied to what he does now. Right. You know, but they're just he's never stopped working, like you said, you know. The 4 albums that he's working on now, Jesus. Most of them have been done. He's reworking them to make them a little more current.
Okay.
So to speak, you know. So it was a good interview. Indy, what did you take from it?
Yo, what did I take from it? You mean before or after the ER visit?
Little I don't mean to laugh, but the way you presented it was a little funny. Excuse me. Oh, sorry, I'm over here smoking this big ass Reggie Miller. Before and after. I know you really shout out to Bianca. I know you didn't get to catch a lot of it before, but knowing you probably had some earbuds on waiting at the ER and watching everything.
Determination and grit. What I really got out of this was grit. Was you don't get anything that you don't work for.
Hold on 1 second. I want you to say that one more time.
Determination and grit. You don't get anything that you don't work for. So
thank you. I've been waiting for somebody to say something like that wasn't myself for a while, because maybe people will listen if somebody else will fucking say it. Like they're not to go off too far off course, but rappers have this sense of entitlement that they deserve everything that their idol has, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like they come in the game, they already got hits, they already got bangers that they're only hits and bangers in their own mind. And whatever yes men around them. And it's not up to the rapper to determine if that's a hit or a banger. It's up to the fans.
Okay.
You know, if that's the case, everybody got a fucking hit. You know what I mean? So I'm sure. Who's the worst rapper ever from this area? Like, you know what? We'll talk about that in a little bit when we start talking about the list.
Who's the worst rapper from this area? I know one of the best that never gets mentioned at all.
I already know who you're gonna say.
Phoenix Mitchell.
That's not what I was. That's not who I thought you were gonna say. But
exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, that's you just got to work for it. Il Brown said you got to put that work in, and yes, you do. People think it comes easily, and you're talking about rappers that get rides to the studio and start talking about the cars they drive. You're talking about rappers that talk about all this money that they have, and they can't even they're downloading, they're ripping YouTube beats off YouTube, and they can't even afford a $35 lease. You know, and this is what we're dealing with.
Nah, fuck a $35 lease. The producers now are doing, you know what I'm saying, $20 a month to lease all you want, as long as you're paying the $20 a month.
Yeah, but that's how we get a bunch of rappers on the same shit.
On the same
I'm just saying. There's no reason not to pay for your beat.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Artists who don't invest in their music, i.e. tag music, no leases. Here's what people don't understand. You're a rapper, cool. Guess what? It's your fucking hobby. Unless you're paying all your bills, I don't care if you're bringing enough in to pay your Boost mobile bill. That's not your job. Okay, it's your hobby. And even with hobbies, you have to put money into. For instance, Indy is let's see. He's a nerd. You know, he's a self-proclaimed nerd. His branding is Nerd Mix, and he does nerd things. Nerd things actually cost quite a bit of money. If you want to go buy some Magic the Gathering cards, there are certain cards that cost money. Same thing with Pokemon cards. You know, it's similar to sports card collecting in the fucking mid to late 80s, early 90s, when cards were priced way above what they should have been at the time. You have to invest. RC cars, remote control cars. I know somebody who built a car that cost him $1,700 to build. I can't even count on one hand how many rappers I know that got access to $1,700 at a moment's notice to put into a project.
And he's spending it on RC cars.
Yeah, and here's what the rappers don't understand that. Villain Radio is close to the public. We're a private facility to service Villain Radio artists, right? But before, we were open to the public, and people would come in and they would expect everything for their X amount of dollars for their recording session. It was a 2-hour minimum, so it would be when we first opened, it was $50 an hour or whatever, so it's $100 for the 2 hours, and they think they should get like a mix and a master and all that shit. And I don't think people realize how much that part of the album cost. The recording cost is the cheapest.
Cheapest.
And if you're recording the album the correct way with the stems for the beat and everything, see what most rappers don't understand is the mix engineer has to be able to mix the beat around your voice, not try to make them even like a standard 2-track mix would be. You know what I mean? And nobody has stem fucking beats because nobody buys exclusives. It's very few and far in between that somebody comes here like, yo, I got stems. I'm like, what the fuck? Like Rev came last week with some stems. I was like, holy shit. Stems for a song that fucking that Il Brown already mixed, that he mixed because another engineer at another studio that he recorded it at happened to send the fucking 2 files with the same name. So 2 different songs got fucking mixed that didn't need to get mixed. But anyway, he gets the stems here and we start recording like you're supposed to record and start, the rough mix and shit like that. But just like a hobby. You gotta put the money in. Omab says, what should the average budget be? Really, you want an independent album?
We talking about album, or we talking about what we do now, where it's where most people are just doing singles,
like
trying to get a single hot first.
Hypothetically speaking, you want about a 10 grand budget for a single nowadays.
Facts.
And that's on the low end, and that don't include no radio shit, because you're not gonna get on the fucking radio.
You're not getting on the radio.
You're not getting on the radio.
Not on a 10 grand budget.
Like if you ain't got if your song can't go viral and pick up some kind of following like that, they're not gonna put you on the radio, because radio is essentially your song going viral. Is the budget the same for singers and rappers? Yeah, I would say so, because you're wanting to do the same thing. Being a singer nowadays is a little. We've seen R&B almost, I don't want to say die, but it's not like it used to be. You know, like we grew up, our generation, we grew up with a handful of staple ass R&B singers that you knew were going to drop dope ass projects. You know?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of them are still around.
Yeah, but they're not working.
Yeah,
like
they're not dropping projects like that.
You
but
know,
there
like
are
what like there's R&B. Don't get me wrong.
There's R&B.
You know,
there's R&B.
Look at the Weeknd. You know, Weeknd's one of my favorite artists. He had dope ass fucking albums this year.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy album. And like you know, everybody's doing the what's it called? The fucking the replay, the Apple Music replay shit, everything they've listened to this year and shit like that.
Right.
I posted my shit in G Scott's little thread that he was, you know, and G Scott and T Clark both made my shit, but of course Gibbs was right up there on top. 32 hours of listening to Gibbs. Did you expect to see yourself in my thing?
No, I expected to at least see Syndrome, like Trust Issues and Extended Weekend didn't come out this year.
Well,
Vill wasn't listening to that.
No,
shit.
I wasn't. I wasn't. I'll listen to Extended Weekend on the plane on Tuesday on the way to Miami.
He still hasn't listened to it.
No, I haven't. I
haven't listened to the master version. I listened to the pre-master version. I still haven't listened to a master yet.
But
go to Spotify, man, please.
You go to Tidal.
Yeah, I'm kind of anti Spotify right now.
You should be.
Joe Budden leaves and he's like, "Fuck Spotify."
Yeah,
it's the only reason I had a subscription to Spotify.
He's a Joe Budden fan, like LeBron fans are. Like LeBron fans like have 17 different teams by the time he retires. And
they're
as soon as he leaves one team to go,
violent when you talk about them too.
Yeah. Hey, it's crazy. Hey, check it out. The crazy thing about the LeBron's fans is they get mad at the team when he wants to leave. Like, why are you mad at the team? He's the one who decided to leave.
Okay.
I ain't left the Joe. I've never left the Joe Budden fan base though.
Well, you know what? We know you haven't.
You know that.
We know you haven't.
The thing about the LeBron fans is, they remember what it was like being a LeBron fan, and he left Cleveland, and they was burning jerseys and shit though.
Yeah,
like they had to take all of that shit.
But we're getting off course. Let's get back. Like you got to invest in yourself. It's, and you can forget about the radio. It's not a make or break thing anymore. It's look at you know, and I hate to keep coming back to him, but he's forged a career, you know, doing his own thing with Fred. You know, he's never had the radio. He's had a handful of songs that will get limited play here and there, but the biggest radio hit to date that he has now is the joint with Big Sean that he dropped what 2.5, almost 3 weeks ago. And that's already been picked up by the NBA. It's going to be one of the it's going to be a big focus. It's going to be a big focus on with the NBA marketing this year. You know, so the radio is not a make or break thing, but you have to invest. If you ain't got the money, it's like any other fucking hobby. Every fucking hobby. How dope is your hobby if you ain't putting no money into it? If you want to build fucking Legos, you need to go buy a bunch of fucking.
That is
Lego
the
things.
most expensive hobby ever.
Yeah, that's, you know.
And
You know, like you could break it down with anything. You know, you got to put money into it, or you're not gonna get what you expect out of it. You have to put in the work. You know, there's like we said before, there's only a couple groups. And when I say group, I don't mean like a musical group. I mean like like when you think of Villain Radio, there's a group of artists here. There's only a couple groups. Yeah, there's only a couple camps that what up, Edge? Shout out to Edge.
Edge popped up with the Outlook logo. That's how you know he about business. He's using Microsoft Outlook for his email.
But there's only a select number of camps out here that, given the opportunity, they have the work ethic and the discipline to actually make it work. And that's us here at Villain Radio. It's Outfit. And it's fucking D Brown and Same Hustle New Money. What they got, 30 Boy Will over there. They got fucking Young Dink. You know, so
smash the shit.
You know, it's you gotta have if you're not making any type of moves by yourself, you no label's gonna look at you. You know, like they don't know who the fuck you are.
Not just by yourself, everybody involved in your camp.
There's like 27.4 million fucking rappers. You know, like there's 296,000 songs uploaded to SoundCloud every day, and that don't include Audio Mac or fucking or Dat Piff.
It's not just about it's not just about rapping right now though. It's also about what else are you going to do. Like it's not just about that. It's like rapping and what else. There has to be more than one medium that you're going to shine in order to be able to make something pop. Because what are you going to do when that
exactly? Because if you ain't, I've said it before so much, like you have to be the total package. It don't matter if you could rap dope if you ain't got the personality behind it to create a brand with for the label to sell. You're fucked. Because you ain't gonna get a one-off deal, okay? Yes, you have to develop consistent content, but you still have to. There's a fine line between quality and quantity too.
Marketability.
Marketability is a big thing because that ties in with the merch, you know. And if you don't got the personality, that helps with the touring.
How fast you can produce.
It's called a 360 deal for a reason, you know.
Yeah.
There's no money on music sales anymore. Now, the music sale money is non-existent unless you're one of the major players. So the 360 deal came about, and it's not as bad as everybody makes it out to be. And the reason that is because these labels are making sure you're on a tour with somebody big because they want their money back. So they're putting on you on a tour with somebody big. They're creating you dope ass merchandise, dope ass logo. You know, they're putting all this shit behind you because they want the money back. So
but you have to give them that money back.
No, the thing about that is if you're winning in each one of your endeavors that 360 deal is coming from, you're making money. They're taking a percentage of everything. But if you're ahead of the curve in every single part of that, you're good.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's the people who come in, don't even know what a 360 deal is, and they're signing their life away before they even create them other mediums to make money.
Here's the thing.
That they're losing.
It's so easy to pay the label back with a 360 deal because everybody records themselves nowadays.
Yep.
Okay. I know for a fact that Westside Gunn carries his he records on a fucking laptop. He records himself and he don't give a fuck. He'll record if he's in a fucking Sprinter van and he got power on his laptop and the mic could be powered up, he's recording, you know? So it's not about the hundreds of thousands of dollars that the label used to be able to charge for recording purposes. You know, you dictate what your advance. They want to give you a certain advance.
What level you?
Yeah, they're like, yo, here's your deal. We want to give you a $250,000 advance, or we want to give you a $1 million advance, whatever. No, you could be like, no, I don't want that $1 million. This is what I want. Because after you pay that back from the sales, it's all open game between you and them. You know, then they're at your mercy because they're paid back. Yeah, they get their cut, you know, and depending on what you're bringing to the deal when they sign you, if you're a regional rapper and got a regional hit, you're going to get one term. Your term is going to be totally different if you're some internet sensation like Soldier Boy was and fucking blew the fuck up before you even got a deal. He was able to dictate the terms of his deal a little bit different as a fucking teenager.
Right. But how does like Bianca said, how does all this work in a COVID-19 environment?
We don't know yet because we're still adapting to that.
I think people, like, if you look at what's his name? The dude that got in trouble for shooting Meg Thee Stallion in the foot.
Tory Lanez.
If you look at what Tory Lanez did with his Instagram radio show, if you look at everybody's popping up with podcasts now, just they're creating different content in order to monetize the different things they're doing in order to go ahead. They're actually molding to the current environment. And this is stuff that even when COVID is under control, because it's never going to be gone, when it's under control, that they can still use to earn more money. I mean, Cameo became one of the most popular things in the world after COVID hit.
Fucking Cameo. Everybody's on fucking Cameo. Rappers are going on Cameo and paying other rappers to hype up their mixtape or their album. And then they're going in and they're cropping the video so the Cameo watermark's not on it. And they're uploading it to their Instagram and their Snapchat and their Facebook, their website, whatever they got, and it's fucking hilarious. Shout out to Cautious.
When we had the intro to Curtain Call from Leo Rush, the first thing everybody thought was, you just got that from Cameo. Like, no, he actually sent us that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But it's so many different things you could do to elevate yourself to a different plateau other than just putting out music. It's other stuff you could do just to push that single. I mean,
I actually had a conference call today with one of the Hawk Life Villain Radio artists, the young bull Jay Ortiz, and he's still a new rapper. He hasn't put out a project yet, and he has a project in the chamber. It's waiting. I'm editing his first video right now, so he's impatient because he's ready. But I'm like, I'm sorry, it's not the time. Like my advice is the same for all artists right now. Stack songs and music like fucking drug dealers stack money in the fucking wintertime. Just stack, just keep it going, because I mean, it's cool to put out a single here and there, but you can't promote your piece of art properly if you can't get your face out there. They ain't no shows, what I mean?
Two perfect examples of independent artists that are out monetizing themselves properly is Tech Nine and Snow the Product.
Yes, Snow's been doing that for a long time. She's really been ahead of the curve on a lot of shit. And Tech's always been in his own lane and doing shit on his own anyway. So
he can still tour though.
Yes,
he can go fucking anywhere.
Thank you, Tim. So it's you have to be serious about it, man. And a lot of people. It's 2020. There's the majority of rappers aren't doing it to get a deal or anything like that. You know what they're doing it for? Clout.
Facts.
Like when motherfuckers start rapping back in the day, you know what they're doing it for? Pussy. You know what they're doing it for now? Clout, likes, views, fucking stream numbers. And a lot of the like video game rappers are monetizing on Twitch too. So that's right in your lane there.
Don't be telling them my secrets.
Go on Twitch, play your music in the background, and play a game you're good at.
Facts.
There's fucking what I say. There's 27 million rappers earlier, 27.4 million rappers. 19 million of them are jumping on Twitch right now to play 2K21.
And people hate TikTok with a passion, but
bro, look, I was against TikTok for a while. I was like, what am I gonna scroll? Why do I want this? I'm not gonna make TikToks or anything. So my stepkid keeps sending me fucking TikToks, right? And like he's sharing it to and I messaging it to me, and I go to open it and I can't open it because I don't got fucking TikTok.
Right.
So I download TikTok, and what happens? I'm on the fucking thing for 3 hours, scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and it's insane. Like every night before I go to sleep, I'm on TikTok scrolling for like a fucking hour and a half. And it's my For You page is insane. It got all types of shit. It was you I was showing yesterday.
Yeah, that's what.
Like it's telling me how to fix your
conversation.
computer. It's telling me how to make fucking homemade pasta. It's telling me how to fucking what other
Downstairs bathroom.
Yeah, shit. How to make a downstairs bathroom, and then this bitch is twerking. And at that point,
Like
Rome
right
was sold.
afterwards. I was like, probably gonna download it.
Yeah.
I mean, what's good, Tim Stars? What's good? Yeah, man. That honestly, whatever way you can get your music out there, because I mean, look, when Indy hit and Katana Pop, you know what I'm saying, did the dance on Instagram and TikTok to the Indy. That is honestly part of the reason why that song ended up getting so many streams, because she took it, her 100,000 followers that follow her checked it out. You know that's normally how that goes. That's a lot of followers, and every time they watch her video, it's counting as a stream for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Real fucking simple concept, and it's the music industry has changed. It didn't change for a long time. For 60 years, it was the same, and then the internet came along, and it changed. For what we thought was the better. We could hit more people, for a lot less money. And then the streaming game came, and the problem I have with streaming is who decides what a stream is worth, and why do they get to decide what a stream is worth?
Go ahead, Joe Budden. Take it away.
It's like, what the fuck?
This is one of the things
that arbitrary like that, though.
That's what it is.
It should be the consumer that decides how much a stream is worth. But we all know it's not them. It's the labels, the people behind the scenes.
And you know what? I'm sure there's some scientific ass formula. They probably got a CD or a record and they fucking played it until it fucking broke or stopped playing. And they're like, this is how many plays you get off a record.
Nah.
And they divided how much you paid for the record and was like, this is how much you get for how much they deserve for each play.
Yeah, Bianca, this works for all genres, not just rap. This is every genre.
I've worked with many artists for across all genres. I really want to work with a country artist, because country is the only genre that has continued to grow by sales volume every year since 1960.
Oh, they support their genre.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
they still go out and buy vinyls when it comes to country music.
Yes.
They love it. They go to fucking shows, all that shit.
I did try to buy the
merch.
I tried to buy the Alfredo vinyl that came out this weekend on the Ace LLC record site, right?
Mm-hmm.
I refreshed it; it was gone. The only thing was left was like the $150 fucking blue version. I was like, I'm not spending $150 on it. $30, bro. $30.
Yeah. Because that last Mac Miller album popped up at Walmart on vinyl, and you know what I'm saying. I had to pick that up.
Hey, Walmart be having some weird records sometimes, bro. Like,
but they have fire ones too, though.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what he mean by that. Like
that you have that you'd be like, what the fuck? Walmart got this here?
It was like volume.
Oh yeah,
it was like AC/DC. It was the single for "Today Was a Good Day" by Ice Cube, like the single.
Yep.
And then right next to that was the Frozen soundtrack, and I'm like, I gotta get all three of these.
Yeah, so to kind of wrap up the rap thing, it's like until you're able to pay all your bills from it, your car note, your fucking mortgage, or your rent, your kids' fucking lunch money, all that, your fucking perk addiction, all that fucking shit.
Don't make me laugh, dog.
Until you can pay for all that, it's a fucking hobby, and just like every hobby, you have to put money into it. Like you can't collect fucking baseball cards without buying baseball cards,
Mm-hmm.
You can't fucking what's some shit fucking that people collect still? Like, does people even collect anything anymore?
People collect everything.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want me to go open a couple of boxes and show you?
Oh no. And of course you wouldn't have it fucking unpacked yet.
I don't have shelves yet. I gotta put the shelving up, man. I gotta put the shelving.
You don't even got your real chair.
No, I don't. You notice that I'm trying to hide it.
Yeah. But yeah, you gotta, you can't fucking, you can't play basketball like if you don't buy fucking basketball, So, and even good basketballs are expensive. I was at Dick's a couple weeks ago. It was fucking $89 for a basketball. What about songwriting? How do you get that jumping off? Well,
the thing about songwriting is you have to be cool with not getting credit for a while. You have to be cool with somebody taking credit for something that you're doing.
Yeah, because a lot of with songwriting, it's a historically, a lot of singers don't write their own shit. There's a team of songwriters, and there's been a team of not a team of songwriters, but there's been every generation there's a group. I mean, and not a group by that they're affiliated with each other, but there's always a group of writers who rule that generation. In the mid to late 90s and early 2000s, there was a white girl, a white lady. What was Diane Warren? I think her name was.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote fucking almost everything you were singing. And look at Babyface. Babyface wrote everything on majority of Boyz II Men 2 album. So it's always kind of been like that. The Dream writes shit for everybody. Yeah, exactly. Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, Babyface, and The Dream, Neo,
John Austin.
Jonta and Nelly.
All NWA. And let's not we can go on for days, man.
Jonta and Neo have a friggin' catalog that is insane.
Smokey Robinson wrote mad records for mad people before he started singing.
Yes,
he wrote
writing everything on Motown.
Yeah,
and it doesn't just go. Yeah, it doesn't just go with singers.
Yeah, and he just gives it to somebody else. Here you go.
I can't wait to
be dope, but go ahead, you sing it.
Right.
I can't wait. I can't wait to Snow the Product NDA over, and she could tell us everybody that she wrote for.
Oh yeah. That'd be cool. That's gonna be cool. But it's like
Royce writing for Dre, Luda writing for freaking Dre. Like everybody's written for Dr. Dre.
See, but
them shits don't come out.
Yeah, no, yeah. Go look.
The Royce stuff did.
Yeah, go look at the credits.
Yeah, some people do. We don't.
Yeah, some people get their credits. Some people don't.
Some people do.
But Omar said he wrote Syndrome's album and he didn't take credit.
Nah, because it wasn't one thing in that album about taking your shirt off or screaming outfits. So you did not write that album.
But seriously,
shout out to my ghostwriter.
But seriously, I take the music shit very seriously because I've been doing it for a long time. And not only that, I take it as a disrespect to the culture. Like the hip hop culture is very near and dear to me. So the disrespect is just like, really, like whether I'm making money in this or not, I have my hand in some type of music, whether I'm consulting for somebody, or whatever, and it's hard to walk away from it. They'll be like, oh, I ain't got no money. Well, that sounds like shit. You should do this. Little shit like that. But
my music pays for my music. No money comes out of my personal funds to pay for anything that I do musically. It should pay for itself. You shouldn't have to worry about if you're going to pay your NIPSCO bill or go to the studio. You know what I'm saying? But then again, if you're worried about paying your NIPSCO bill and going to the studio, it may not be a hobby for you. You may actually want, that may actually be your way of life and what you want to do. But until you're comfortable and you're not worrying about where your next meal or anything like that is going to come from, when you get to the point where you're not paying to perform and different things like that, that's when I feel like you can say it's not a hobby.
Yeah, I mean, keep your
A lot of y'all still paying to perform.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's
and y'all let these
situation that everybody let happen, because it wasn't that long ago where these real promoters and real bookers would go look for the hottest act in that area, and that's who would be the opener. It wasn't that long ago. But then all of a sudden, every bar, I've compared it to this before, and I'll do it again. Like out here in our area, the rap scene is like the rock scene was in the 80s and 90s out here.
Mm-hmm.
There were cover bands got together and they're performing at bars all over. Hammond, Chicago, Gary. Guess what's happening now? It's just rapping. It's the rapidy rappers. And they're paying. I am not like no artist affiliated with me is gonna pay some money to perform at a motherfucking bar. And nobody's even at the stage because it's filled with nothing but a bunch of other fucking rappers that paid to perform at a fucking bar.
Bianca said, "Isn't that considered paying your dues or nah?"
That's maybe in this new generation, but I've been doing this since 1997, and that's not how it was done before. A lot of that has to do with, there's not a lot of booking agents or promoters, so it's not hard. Independent artist 20 years ago, you couldn't get somebody who had went platinum to come to perform at a bar for fucking $4,000. Now you can. It's a whole.
What does that say about that platinum artist? And now he's coming to perform at a bar for $4,000.
Well, I know a former platinum artist that does it, that don't need the money, but he does it because why not? Why turn down $4,000?
When I can come there or rock real quick and then leave.
Before they were charging such astronomical prices because the record label was getting a cut. The manager was getting a cut. These motherfuckers are on Instagram and Facebook booking their own shit in Facebook Messenger. They don't need a booking agent. They don't need to give that cut away to anybody anymore. It's not needed. They can do everything themselves. Yeah, I get approached a lot nowadays still for artists ask me to manage them. Fuck off. Fuck off. First of all, you don't need a fucking man. Who the fuck are you? Like, you don't need a fucking manager. There's no reason why you need a manager. A, because who are you? If I don't know you, why do you need a manager? If I don't know who you are in this area, why do you need a manager?
That's gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings, Vill.
Hold on. You know what happens here? This is for the people with hurt feelings.
Yeah, I was about to say that's just kind of their thing, though. But
now, here's why rappers want a manager. They want to seem important.
No, they're lazy.
No, they want to seem important. They want to. Holla at my manager. It gives them. We're back again to the self-entitlement. It gives them this false sense of reality that they're somebody special, because that's all rappers want to be nowadays. They want somebody. They're doing it for the clout. They want to be somebody special. They didn't get enough fucking attention from their mom and dad, so they're trying to do everything they can do to fucking go viral or whatever. It's not about the music now.
Ron, what do you rap for? What's your reason for even trying to do this, especially in the climate that we're in right now?
I just feel like I got,
because he pays studio rent every month, so he's like, fuck it. That's just my comic relief.
Nah,
because you put out 2 projects this year, not one. You put out 2.
Well, me personally, I just feel like I have something to offer the culture that's gonna be authentic. You know what I'm saying? In a time where many things are not authentic. So
here's why I'm against releasing full projects right now. It's gonna get forgot about in a week.
That's true.
Everybody's attention span right now is very limited because everybody has so much time on their hands. They're jumping from one thing to one thing to one thing. Everybody's watching everything on Netflix. They're watching everything on fucking Hulu. Their fucking album comes out. Next week, there's another album come out, and they're not even listening to the one they were listening to last week. Everything's so disposable right now in this COVID era because there's so much coming at us. Like, the reason why I'm developing so much content like this, like Sunday night, like Sunday dinner, like White Devils, like Friday Night Live, like Unpopular Opinion, when we come back with that, with the Danger Zone, with the fucking little Hot Ones thing me and Rev want to do, all that shit, all this content and the other shit that we're developing, is because 9 times out of 10, nobody's laying on their bed at night listening to music anymore.
So podcast.
They're on TikTok scrolling. They're on Instagram stories scrolling. They're on YouTube looking for videos. So that's why I'm creating this content.
I'm a rapper.
Every Villain Radio artist is sitting on material. Omob's sitting on basically a full project and then some. Critical got fucking almost 3 projects done, solo projects. Him and Bug almost got a full joint project together.
I think they got everything. Okay.
Well, we added 2 more
Close,
songs.
though.
We added 2 more songs.
Yeah.
It was going to be 9. We
They're
added 2 more
playing a lot
songs.
of it.
It's going to be
Yeah.
11. It's going to be 11 songs now. So Indian Syndrome got their shit written for their Villain Radio project. We announced a Rev Villain Radio project last week, and we got a cover and everything, so, and he got the beats picked out and the intro song's almost already done, and I guess now I got to do something on it because I said I would. So I never said what I would do on it, but I said I would be on it. I'm farting all over that motherfucking. I'm farting on the beat, but it's just stack the material, let out loose singles, do some video freestyles, over some fucking industry beats like Jay Ortiz did last week over the What's Poppin' beat. He had an 807% increase in engagement on his Facebook page. One-off shit, something that don't cost a lot of money to put into, and another thing, once these artists put that their project, their single, their fucking banger, bro, I got a banger. Once they put that out, that's it. They don't know about any type of promotion game. They don't know what to do with it after they put it out. They're just like, here you go, listen to my banger. But then you never see anybody. They don't even talk about it after like a week. There's a select few individuals out here that know how to work a song. Like, look, how long ago was it? Like 2 months ago that Outfit went to California to shoot a bunch of shit, right? And they come back and Coley drops J.O. drops that song, My Homie song featuring Coley. They shot the video out there, right? Coley let that work for a little bit because he was on the song. Then he follows up with the Lead the Way video. That's right now, and that's a special song and video because it's the first time that all 3 of those motherfuckers, been on a song together like that, and a video, so in a very long time. So that's right now. Now his first Spanish single, which is, I don't know why this motherfucker waited all these years to do a Spanish single, he's dropping it in the beginning of January, so nobody knows how to work a song, at all. And not only do they not know how to work the song, they don't have the budget to work the song anyway. And you don't need a big budget to work it online. Pay $45 to get on a couple Spotify playlists. And it don't matter if as long as they're not, you could go and you could search these websites that you could get posted on and everything. You could go and you could search on a ranking site on like how much traffic these websites get. You could do the same thing with playlists too.
Paying to get put on a playlist is not the same thing as paying to get 5,000 streams on a play, because paying to get on a playlist is organic listeners. It's people discovering your music because you're on the playlist. It's not the same thing.
Question. Bianca says, I released 2 songs and was featured on one before COVID-19. Can I continue to promote it like it's new? Yes, you can.
You could have dropped a song in 98 and you could still promote that song like it's new.
Listen, I'm going to say this. Here's another problem.
I'm still Reaching for the Stars, and that's a 5-year-old song.
Back in the day, artists drop albums every 2, 3, every 4 years in between. And they work those albums for 2, 3, 4 years. And this goes back to me saying music has been so disposable. Music, and it's been with the advent of new technology, the newer the technology, the easier it is. Before, you had to go and record at a recording studio, and you're recording on tape, 1/4-inch tape, even before ADATs. And you had to be good. You had to know your lyrics, because like you could re-record, but you could only re-record so many times before that tape got weak and it diminished the sound quality and it would break. And then to mix, that was a whole nother story. So exactly. So they would do world tours, and it would take 2 to 3 years. So they worked that record for 2 to 3 years. Now everybody got ADHD. So before, you had to know the reps. You can't punch in. Like, it's hard to punch in on tape and make it sound, you had to have a good fucking recording engineer if you wanted to punch in on tape, like really fucking good. And then you had to splice tape and all types of shit. And then ADATs came out. It was little cheaper, but it was still the same thing. What up, Trell? Trell's watching. He was like, yo, ADATs. Yeah, fuck. Like, first time I ever recorded, it was on it was on an ADAT. So that's, I turned 40, 3 weeks ago. So it's now everybody, you could go online right now. You could go on Wish, and for like $66, they'll send you a fucking microphone, a fucking boom arm like this, and a fucking interface, and boom, you're recording. There's numerous free programs. Audacity's still free. I think there's a version of fucking Reaper that's still free, or with a $20 a month for subscription, you get a Adobe Audition for $35 a month.
Not just that, you getting the whole Adobe suite for like $35, $40 a month.
Yeah, so
you learn how to do your graphics while you learn how to record yourself.
While that has introduced us to some great rappers and some great classic music, it's also watered down the music. It's made everybody be able to have a voice, so to speak. Anybody can make a song, and we've heard lots of bad songs.
It's not just that. We have a bunch of yes men that won't tell their homies that their songs are fucking shit.
Well, I mean, who's to say that if even his homies are, and he still wants to put money into it because he feel like he good at it?
That takes me to my next thing I'm gonna say. I am not down with people that are like, if you're my friend, you gotta share my shit. Fuck you. If I don't like your shit, I ain't sharing it. There ain't no. I've
learned that the hard way.
I've never ever been a yes man, ever, in my entire life, and I'm not gonna start anytime soon. And
neither one of you two are. Neither one of you two are. You will say if something is fucked up. I feel I have the brutal honesty with y'all too. I done told Rome when I felt like I ain't like something. Yeah, like I feel like something could be better.
And like, I built my career off being a media critic. Like, that's, I started out as a rapper, and then I moved behind the scenes to like a managerial role. And then fucking next thing I know, I'm a fucking writer for some of the biggest publications, and I would get paid to review shit. Like, if Double XL is paying me to review something, and you're trying to argue with me about something, and you fucking drop fries at rallies, like, I don't give a fuck what you got to say. Like, and that's why there's professionals. Like, I don't care what the motherfucker the dude that changes the holes on the green at the golf course. I don't want to hear his bullshit about fucking running electricity through a new house. I'm gonna go to the motherfucker who does that shit for a living.
There's a credibility issue with the game because
everybody has a platform now.
Everybody has a platform.
Everybody has a platform.
And so what that does is it waters it down.
And see,
we don't know what's credible anymore.
See, and I had a good run. And everybody asked me why I stopped writing or shit like that. That's because, I got fired from Vlad TV because me and Vlad got into it. And my NDA stated after my termination, I couldn't write anywhere else for, 10 years. That ended a month ago, and that's when I started to go basically work with Gibbs full time after that, So, like, yeah, they're like, oh, but you haven't. Yeah, I couldn't, motherfucker. Like, right. I wish. Like, I couldn't even have. That's why my blog disappeared. That's why the Villain Radio site disappeared. And now some domain squatter got it, and I can't even get villainradio.com back unless I pay like 12 fucking grand. What kind of bullshit is that? So, it's funny that we got here all from Indy saying fucking grit and determination. But seriously, you got to put some money into the shit, man. And if you don't, don't come to me for anything.
Yo, speaking of credibility, so we know we've been talking about this week, and we know we've been waiting until right now to talk about it, to really get into it. We're having all these lists popping back up right now, right? And as
we had one list.
Well, hold on. There's going to be lists coming because, like, I'm sure people are.
This is the end of the season.
Yeah, it's the end of the year. Niggas is
end of the year. The lists are coming.
Everybody's a critic now. You know what? And I've been doing this for a long time. My first live streaming show was in May of 2007. Okay, and it was horrendous. It was in like 360p. You know, little ass webcam, crazy as fuck. But I've been doing it for a long time, and I like that a lot of people are doing it. You know, I like that everybody has a voice to a certain extent.
I get where you're coming from,
and I wish that a lot of them would lose their voice. I wish some of them would have their Adam apple ripped out of their throat like Patrick Swayze does that dude on Roadhouse.
Damn.
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, why don't you just mold them like Patrick Swayze did in Ghost and mold them into something usable? You gotta rip their throat out.
Yes.
All right. Well, we had a local artist, Julian Miles, who is honestly not that bad of an artist on his own accord. He's different, but I think I rock with him because he comes from a hood nerd background as far as like the subject matter of his music. It's something different. It's not what we hear every day.
Okay.
All right. He decided to put together a list and he put out criteria of artists that he feels, you know what I'm saying, were doing something this year. He said they had to drop a project this year. He had to be doing shows. They had to be doing shows. They had to stay relevant on social media. You know, he had at least criteria that he was going for that you had to make to you know.
Well, then he should have fucking waited till the end of the year.
Yeah. Well, it's December. It's December. he waited a while.
Well, it's December 6th.
Yeah.
That's still
he did put this. I think he did put this list out.
That's still 25 days of dropping some shit.
You know, sometimes you get tired of waiting. You know,
he was ready to put out a list.
Yeah, he was ready to put it out, and his list is as we see on the screen. Randy G at number 1, Mr. King J25.
Shout out to Mr. King.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Mr. King. C Snapper, James Worthy, Halo Drippy, Ace Tyler, Taylor from the Bronx. Rick Gilla at 14. You know, there are a lot of names.
I like how he casually skipped over his name because he didn't. I don't know if he's. I don't know if he was being humble or if he thought I was gonna fucking say something.
Indy Uchiha at 8.
Oh man,
did you put out something this year?
Yeah, I did. What did I put out this year?
I mean, I know
Stillwaters.
I know Broken came out.
No, I put out the Stillwaters. I put out the Stillwaters mixtape, and I put out Journey to Making Hits.
Whoa,
I put out 2 EPs.
I thought this nigga just dropped some singles.
No, I dropped singles from the album.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I put out some projects this year.
Hey, everybody go stream Indy's music because I'm not going to.
Asshole.
You're not even gonna listen to Broken, man?
I've listened to Broken.
He likes Broken.
He was surprised at the Underground Music Fest when they performed Broken because I was singing the hook, and he's like, afterwards, he's like, "You knew it." He was all surprised. Well,
he knew my verse. That's what shocked me. It wasn't just the hook. He knew my verse, word for word.
I gotta know it because it's Bug's on it. So if Bug wants to perform it, I do Indy's verse. Not really. I'm not gonna say none of that shit.
But that's what he was going with that. He had a Rookie of the Year. He did a Rookie of the Year, male and female. He did an MVP, which is Young Gully, which I actually like his reasoning for Gully being an MVP. Gully wanted to be Most Slept On, of course, because his mixtape is called Most Slept On. But he picked him as the MVP because that man got right out the bang and went to work. Like it was no stoppage. He went straight into the transition and went to work. It's a lot of people who don't do that though. They don't come
Yeah,
home and get right back to it.
Bianca said he's missing D Brown and Dink. Yeah, I don't know him, so fuck his list. I don't care.
Yeah, he could be missing D Brown and Dink, but then again, this is coming from his perspective of what he saw.
Yeah, that's here. Check out, guys.
Hold on. Before we get into that, so we got Bianca in the comments. We got Syndrome right there. Any feelings about just being honorable mentions, especially Syndrome? You dropped 2 projects this year.
Syndrome's music's not that great, so
and you've been performing everywhere.
I'm just fucking with you too.
I don't care.
I actually like Syndrome's music.
Yeah, I guess the whole the Royal Fest and all that, none of that counts because they weren't there, right?
That's hey. No matter what it comes down to, these lists are subjective.
So
it's from everybody else's point of view. Everybody's gonna think something different. What I don't understand is where the fuck's Bug? I know he hasn't the album's coming soon. It hasn't dropped, but he performed all over this year.
He said he left Bug off because Bug didn't have a project out. The project he didn't have a project come this year when he made the list. The only reason Bug didn't make the list, but a Bug should have been I don't know if he can be an honorable mention because Rome dropped 2 and he had him as an honorable mention. But that shows me that Rome, you had your own show to link up where we decided not to charge artists to perform. We just picked artists to perform. You've been at dang near every show. Done anywhere I was at, you were there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see how you get missed out on being on that, you know what I'm saying, top 25 list. I don't see how you're not top 5 on the top 25 list.
Yeah, that's Bianca. I kind of know that
too though.
There's people on the list that I never even heard of, so I'm like, what the fuck? But it's like I said, it's weird.
It's a lot of people on the list I haven't heard of. So
I'm chill. The grinding season. They're talking about shit that I think came out in fucking. Did grinding season come out this year, 2020?
I think that was last year, wasn't it?
But
that was last year because I was still in the other apartment.
There's people that and then is it a Gary list? Is it a 219 list? Like what exactly? What was?
If it's a 219 list.
And why is somebody who I don't even know who this guy is and what I listened to something of his and he's not bad, but it's like there's a lot of uproar for this guy. Like I found him. I found a post through because Keisha tagged him, so I went look. I got him. I wasn't on Facebook for like 6 hours. I get on Facebook and I was like, what the fuck? Who? I was like, first of all, who's Julian Miles? Like,
right?
Okay, and then I was like. Okay, and then I fucking look at the list. I was like, "Oh, yeah."
So, yeah. But here's the thing, though, and you actually transitioned into it. The problem was all the rappers in such an uproar about, you know what I'm saying, somebody putting together a list, which to me
that goes back to who said
the emotional rapper that was Chip.
Yeah.
Shout out to King Illy, man. We got the feature on Extended Weekend. That shit is a dope ass song. So go check that shit out. But he was the one that said that, you know, just rappers being emotional and
rappers stop being emotional.
I should have been on the list. Like it really don't matter. It's, you know what I'm saying, that man list. He got his opinion. And
they so emotional.
However it is.
They so emotional. I don't know if they're transgender rappers.
If Will look at this. I put it like this. If Will Smith isn't online bitching about his wife smashing an R&B singer, y'all shouldn't be crying about somebody being on the list.
And I don't know why they're so emotional. Either because they're transgender rappers rappers who are transitioning over to being male from female.
My thing with him making this list is if you didn't make it, you probably didn't have enough going on for him personally to be paying attention to you.
Illy just commented on he just commented and said if he put out the list to have us talking about him right now. Smart man. Yes, that's why I'm leaving his list alone right now. Because it's asinine.
I really don't think I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think he put out the list to have him. So I think he put out the list just to show admiration to the people he see trying to work as hard as he's working.
Trell says he hates that he's missing this part. Well, we're sorry too, Daddy Daycare.
Right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Trell, though.
Shout out to Trell.
Nah, ain't no shout out to Trell because Trell's not gonna make any list.
Oh shit! God damn,
He just
bro!
wants to come on here and talk his shit. Trell ain't gonna make no list.
Holy shit!
We ain't had a project from Trell since Thirsty.
Okay,
Yeah,
and then Bianca says
the next one should be called Hungry. Since we've been waiting for it so long,
right?
Bianca says Buddy had good intentions, and I feel like that's true as well. So
I think he was trying to shine light to a bunch of people he felt wasn't getting enough.
His list who he thought was cool, which is, I mean, it's cool, man.
So
what should be the credentials? What should be the credentials for a list to make? Like, there has to be some type of certain credentials.
Yeah, there has to.
Where we get to.
Yeah. Okay. Check it out. Before we jump into that, we'll start off. I'll start off by saying this. Like I said, I found a list from Keisha tagging them on her post, and then I went and I looked at the post, and I was like, okay, whatever. And I came back and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a list. A couple people have talked to me about a list during this COVID thing, like, oh, you should do a list or whatever. And I'm like, Now I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should do a list because all these lists, but every list has, I mean, with the exception of like this one, and I'm not counting Indy, but Syndrome being honorable mention, like there was a big lack of artists within the camp. And it's weird because we've all done shows.
We've all been working. Everybody,
Shit.
I think.
I've performed this year. What the fuck? So it's from February, from the fucking the underground music rave to shit at the Voodoo to shit we performed at the Link this year.
We've been
call it,
all over Illinois.
And into the underground
Indianapolis.
fest.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's so we're gonna make a list. Now here's where we're gonna talk about criteria. We're live on this show right now. We're gonna come up with the criteria we're gonna use to make a list, and we're gonna come back probably next week, maybe, and we'll unveil our list. Definitely before the end of the year, because there's still, I'm sure there's people gonna put out a couple projects. We still have Bugs album still coming out before the end of the year, so it's we're gonna do a list, but we're gonna set the criteria today. So, and this is fuck all the other lists. I don't give a fuck what list you've seen. Fuck that list. Fuck that list. Fuck this list. You know, fuck them all. This is the list. Okay. I don't. What other list was it this year? And fuck all those little awards this year too. Fuck those awards. What fucking. I don't fuck that shit.
You mean them awards that give awards out for best podcast, but the podcast that's brought the most buzz. We do 8 podcasts, and not one of our podcasts made it onto that fucking shit.
Chill said every single list will be different depending on who creates it. It definitely gets a little buzz every time it drops. Yeah, like I said, it's all subjective. Chill. Like,
is it messed up that the best list they ever had were like them MTV lists where they would sit down and actually make a criteria and then put it together?
Yeah, and that's what makes it a professional list. That's what makes it, you know, something that makes sense. And that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna set the criteria. Okay, there's been a lot of lists. Like it kind of started last year with the We Get You Heard list, the top 50.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it first started.
Yeah.
And well, you know, my reaction to it was I directed and fucking a video called Not Your Top 50.
Bianca said, I say go by Spotify numbers and YouTube views. You really can't do that because people can fudge those numbers.
Correct.
Yeah, and they're looking they don't really care about views like that. They're looking for like reshares and shit like that. They want to see it connect to an audience outside the one you already have already built. But yeah, we made a whole video.
Because if that's the case, you know, I got a couple of joints with over 1 million views on them. Shit like that.
The last Villain Radio project we did was called Strap Chat. It was a trap EDM rap project by Critical, and we did 250,000 streams. We did 100,000 streams in the first fucking 10 days. and it didn't matter. I mean, so we got some more exposure than we had before because of the EDM and sites like that. Those type of blogs like picked up the album and ran with it. But we couldn't monetize it because it was a bunch of EDM trap beats that he found that had pockets where he could rap in.
Right.
And it's crazy how it came together. But you know,
that shit was
now,
crazy, though. That shit was so fucking creative.
And now it's like at 350,000 streams, you know, and but it's still nothing came from it. You know, we didn't get no festivals or anything like that because they don't. If it's not outside your audience, which it was a little bit outside our audience, but we didn't reach as far as we would like to. We dropped the ball on a couple things, but we learned, and we'll probably do a volume 2. We have an album called 11 coming out soon. Then an album called Fort Lauderdale. Then we got the him and Bug, Critical and Bug collab album called Cocaine Cobain. Bug's Here's the Life album. Rev's Kill the Goat Villain Radio EP. O-Mob's Villain Radio Project.
That cover was fucking insane too, by the way.
Yeah.
Kill the Goat.
Ortiz's project. We like I said earlier in the show, we just got a bunch of material just fucking waiting. And now we're about to do basically like the State of the Union, the Villain State of the Union before the end of the year. And then we'll have more information about all that. But the criteria, there's so many variables that could go into it. Are we going to do different cities? You know, is going to be, you got Hammond rappers, you got East Chicago rappers, you got Gary rappers, but you got Gary rappers living in East Chicago, you got Gary rappers living in Hammond rappers living in Gary, fucking Hammond rappers living in fucking Hebron, or, you know, fucking Crown Point rappers living in fucking LaPorte rappers living in fucking Black Oak, you know, so it's safe to say, to make it easiest and include everybody, it's a 219 list.
Okay.
You
I'll rock with that.
Now we have to do a time frame thing. People that are living in the 219 now, people from the 219 that are in the game, you know, we have to narrow it down. And since we kind of promote more of the independent fair, we will be saying the people that are here working. So, because it's not fair to everybody else if we include everybody ever, because
that takes take away your top 3 spots right there. To be totally honest with you, it takes 3 of them away.
Like, it's exactly. So, who's currently working? Who's currently working in the 219 area? So, if you live in Chicago, you don't fucking count. I don't care where you're from.
So does it? What are we gonna do as far as like? Are we doing anything with numbers, reach, fan base?
Hold on 1 second. And one thing off subject a little bit. About you rappers, like you go to their Facebook page, they're like lives in Chicago. No, you motherfuckers don't. Like, what the fuck? Why? Anyway, back to what we were talking about.
No, the ones who say lives in Chicago and then get mad because, you know what I'm saying, Gary or Hammond don't represent them.
But okay.
Or stays in Atlanta.
See, here's the thing.
Okay, so we're doing like sliders, right? Like, so on a scale of 1 to 10 in this particular area.
Well, something to that effect. What we will do, we have to create all variables so we could pick from who we're going to pick from, because there's way too many rappers to include to try to list, because the list will be fucking 719 people long.
Yeah.
You know, no. What do you guys want to cap it at?
5.
No, let's
3.
No, we can't.
We have to have a minimum at least 10, yo. You got to do 10. 10. I would say do 20, but then we probably wouldn't have it. We wouldn't have it done by the end of the year.
Well, I figured 25. That's
top
what
25.
Yes, yeah, top 25 with 5 honorable mentions.
Is that what Julian did? He did 25 and then he did 5 honorable mentions.
Oh.
Is that what he did?
Oh, whatever.
I don't know.
Rappers on
you
that.
want to look?
I wanted to do half of what the top 50 was that We Get You Heard did, because there was a lot of people. I was like, why even put them on the list?
Bianca says 10.
Give us your 10,
Nah,
Bianca.
25. We're gonna have it
Are
out
we
before the
coming
end
up
of the
with this together, or are we all doing our own top 10 lists?
Well, what we're gonna do is 25 is a good number with the 5 honorable, because that'll be a show. That'll be official link up show. You know
That
how we're
shit-
talking, we do these
That
Sunday
shit
dinners,
sounds fucking
and it makes the
tedious,
link
though,
up.
dog. I really don't want to do it.
Well, too bad. You got to the end of the year.
Hey, that's what you get for being a media personality now. You're not just a rapper, you got work to do.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do, what we'll do is we will come up, like, you have to be in the 219. Okay, that's number one.
Okay.
Now, I don't want to put a cap on having released anything this year. Let's put at least a single. You gotta be released or featured on a single this year.
Okay.
You know, so that don't necessarily mean that that's got to be what we review for, to place you. So we got that. So you got to be on something released this year. You have to be in the area. What would you like to add there, Bald Eagle?
Like, what are we basing it off of? Are we basing it off
That's what we're coming up with now.
creativity? Somebody who have you perform shows this year? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing?
So far we have 2. You have to be in the 219.
Okay.
And you had to
release something this year.
You had to be on something that was released this year.
Okay.
Yes.
Which obviously, if you release the project, the slider will probably go a little bit higher for you, whether you're just featured on something. So that's going to be interesting conversations we're going to have, to be honest with you.
So I kind of want it to be, the idea behind like the figuring out everything process was kind of like how the Grammy were done.
So should we check out presence on social media? See how active you are at you know what I'm saying, building your brand, just like we were talking about earlier. You pushing your project, you know what I'm saying, letting the stuff, us seeing it so we actually know it's there.
Yes.
We're not doing male to female separate. We're clumping together because it's a lot of females from this area is going to knock a lot of these males off this list.
It's going to be females on this list.
There's only one female I put on this list from out here.
Really?
Yeah. And I've heard them all. I don't fucking care. There's one.
Okay.
I got one in a group that I will put on this list.
I don't care about the group.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna put together. So how many we're gonna start with? We're gonna name like.
Well, here's what we do. Like we're getting the criteria together down now.
Okay.
You know, and then we will build our pool. We will fill our pool with our rapper names. And then what we'll do is, like, fucking, just like you vote for MVP and all that other shit, we'll put, whoever gets that many votes for number one is who's number one. Whoever gets the most votes for number two, it gets number two.
So it's most votes between us three.
Well, Grandpa Daddy Daycare Trell. That's four. Okay. Maybe have a fifth special judge to round it out. I don't know who we would even begin to search for. Yeah. I thought maybe Rev, but Rev don't want to fucking Rev be like, fuck off.
Keisha.
I don't really want to do this shit neither though.
Yeah. Keisha will be good. I think she'll jump on.
Okay.
So that'll be 5 things, so it'll kind of, there's that tiebreaker if there's,
219 released this year.
Yep.
Okay.
So, we'll build this criteria. Then after we don't got to get our pool of rappers, on air or anything like that. But that'd be cool to do like a fucking, how they do the fucking tournament selection show and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Get all the maybe we could milk the fuck out of this. We could create some good content.
December Madness.
Boom!
December
Look at
Madness.
that. Ooh,
December Madness.
there you go. Hey, Rev, if you're watching December Madness graphics, please, thank you.
Please.
But yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll this week we'll pick our rappers. Next Sunday, we'll fucking say who our pool of rappers are, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Sounds like a fucking plan to me. Yeah, chill. Work ethic, bars, all that shit. Like,
what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do for the regions though? For regions? Yeah.
Cities. No, because Gary's disproportionately fucking filled with rappers. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have to look on a map and fucking try to fucking gerrymander this fucking shit. But yeah, see, this is why I love this Sunday dinner show.
This is going to be interesting on how this comes out because
Trell hasn't commented for a while, so I think he's probably like being like tied up by kids right now or something.
Every single list will be different depending on who creates it. It definitely gets a little buzz every time it drops. No matter who drops it, it's good promo. It's only good promo if you have something that you're trying to promo.
Were you not listening to that when I read it?
Yeah,
2 minutes ago.
No, I wasn't paying no attention. But I don't feel like now. I do feel like that kid Julian was trying to do something good. Like he had no malice behind what he was doing because to me, he wasn't doing it for any promo. He doesn't have anything he's going to drop. I think it was him trying to voice his opinion.
You know what, chill? That's a good idea. The top two, number 1 and 2, do a live versus.
I like that.
It's you know what Trill, thank you for that idea, and that's a very good idea, and that's something that we could
do that.
It depends on who the top 2 are.
So me versus who?
Okay.
Me versus who?
Bro, you're not even here. How you got contact high?
You're not funny.
Who bro, I don't know what kind of medication they gave you, but you took too much.
Let's see.
He's voting for himself for number 1.
Some type of I voted for myself for number 2, thank you.
Yeah, because you are shit.
Yeah, Damon, I am the shit. My number 1 vote is going to somebody. Y'all already know who my number 1 vote is.
Yeah, I already know who you're going. I already know.
You already know who my number 1 is because I feel like ain't nobody outworked the kid. Ain't nobody did more than he did. So he's my number 1 vote.
That's good. I'm proud of your number 1 vote, and I'm glad Black people have the right to vote in this country now.
You're a fucking dick.
Yeah, man.
I'm on muscle relaxers. I'm on Noco and ibuprofen 800. So,
okay.
This gonna be interesting though.
And I'm drinking alcohol. So yeah, I'm fucked.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next week we will do our we'll figure out the regions and shit like that. After this show ends, we'll stay on and pull up a map and see what we can figure out or whatever. Yeah, that's good.
That means I get to edit shit to put on Instagram. I get to make little videos.
I'm over here looking for my phone and it's right in front of my face.
That's nuts. That's crazy. I like that.
Yeah. So coming soon. Fucking Villain Radio and Link Up. Fucking December Madness. I'm fucking messaging Rev.
Madness.
I'm fucking messaging Rev right now. Shit. I'm gonna have a motherfucking.
Well, I'm sorry. Rome Winter is coming. Was taken.
I'm with that shit though.
Okay, so list. Fuck everybody's list by our list coming soon.
Yep.
So if you're thinking about doing a list, fuck you, bro.
Fuck you, man.
Y'all been asking for. Y'all been saying lists of trash and all that. Y'all finna get the first official list of the year, right here from the Link Up, the only official podcast that you're paying attention to right now.
Yeah,
we're trendsetters around here.
I'm tired of the list. We're our Sunday dinner list includes the Edge interview, rapper lists, Morning Wood, the shits, and Gary versus We'll get into some Gary versus.
Did you say morning wood?
Morning wood.
Yeah. Vill's got a bit.
Yeah. I guess you could call it that.
What the fuck am I missing? What's going on?
Bro,
Morning wood.
I think I think the older men get, the worse morning wood gets. And,
Really?
and some people might be like, why is that a bad thing? Right? But I've talked to several men over the past couple of days that was like, yeah, that makes sense. So I wake up one morning wood, right? Crazy, insane. Like, it feels like my dick's a rocket ship that's about to burst through the skin. Right? Like it's Pinocchio's nose, and he's just fucking lying, and it's just trying to grow, and it's being held fucking back by the fucking skin, right? I'm like, why? Like, what the fuck? You know, like, why is it morning wood? Why can't we, can we go back to Bianca? Sunday dinner is a very informative show on all ends.
We do it all.
It's a group of guys who get back and shoot the shits.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm like, what the fuck? It's very uncomfortable. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Gonna get over to morning wood. So I roll over and I get and I go to work, right? And here it is. Later. I'm tired. I'm sweating. Nothing's coming of it. Literally. My balls are like, bro, we're trying. My dick's like, I'm never going away.
For real, bro.
And it's such an uncomfortable feeling, but I feel like I gotta keep going to get rid of the feeling. Or it's just gonna, like, what the fuck? I'm like flicking my balls or something, like the pain's gonna fucking take it away, and it's not. And I'm 40 years old. Like, I've
definitely experienced that.
See, yes, exactly, Bianca. There you go. And it's like, so I'm like 35 minutes in, and it's not
happening.
How long do you keep continuing to try?
Is that a side effect from the marijuana though?
No. I mean, I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think it's
I'm only 3 years behind you.
The old thing.
And I haven't had that issue, although I'm dealing with other issues right now. I haven't had that particular issue. But then I get waxed off every night though. So
well, yeah. But okay. I'm thinking Chill said you gotta squeeze one out when it gets that bad. That's the thing.
Trell would know about that. That's how you ended up with all them kids.
No, I didn't say Trell. I said Chill.
Oh, same thing.
From an outfit. Shout out to Chill.
Shout out to Chill, man. One would know about that too.
Like I rode over. I rode over to I don't even know what to call her. And don't be offended because I know she's watching. Like I rolled over and I feel bad for her. Cause she was probably like, bro, like how, like, bro. Macaroni noises, fucking cigarette packing noises, and it's like, and she was sound asleep, and it's like, wake up type shit, and it's like, and finally I'm like, I'm done. And I felt defeated as a man. I'm like, what the fuck? And my balls are like, bro, why is this not working? And my dick's like, I'm still here. So, like another, probably like 27 minutes later, I'm just laying there. And then finally it's like, okay, I'm done. I'm like, oh, now.
I have definitely felt that before.
Like, what the fuck?
Like, what is going on with
me,
man?
Why? This is. Have you tried cardio? You know what, Bianca? I need to try cardio. I had a heart attack last year, and I haven't really. Well, for the first 6 months after the heart attack, I was really gung ho about my weight and everything, like my eating, how I took care of myself. I even like cut down on smoking too. I smoke anywhere between a quarter to a half ounce a day, depending on how people are pissing me off. But I am not in shape whatsoever. So at all. But usually it's never a problem. Before I go to sleep, like, oh, yo, it's time to go to sleep. Come here. Boom. Put her to sleep. Then I'm out. Morning. Walk around like I'm ready for a lightsaber battle for the first hour and a half of the fucking day.
Check this out. It says the medical name for having an erection that will not go down is priapism. It happens when the blood that fills the penis to make it erect gets trapped and cannot flow back out again. Priapism can cause severe pain. A prolonged erection can damage the penis and could cause permanent problems in getting rid of or getting an erection.
Well, getting the erection is not the problem.
Absolutely terrible.
It says treatment for priapism may involve taking medicine or draining blood from the penis. If priapism is caused by an underlying condition, this will need to be treated. Surgery may be necessary to prevent permanent damage.
Nigga, I read that same shit the other day, right after it ended. I'm looking at my phone like, why aren't my nuts sending the cum out of my penis? Like, what the fuck?
Man.
I'm getting fired when I go back to work.
What's going to happen to this poor vagina after this 47 minutes?
And is there medicine that you could take for it?
Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, and here I am. I'm 40 years old. Like, when we were younger, like, dudes weren't, like, fucking a lot at this age because they were fucking raging alcoholics and their dick probably didn't work no more or whatever. But you never heard, like a bunch of like old school dudes talking about pussy after a certain age anymore. And if they were talking about bitches they fucked back in the day.
No, I don't know. I don't know. You didn't grow up with my dad.
What? Yeah, I know. No, I didn't. I grew up with my dad, and I didn't grow up with him.
Yeah. I'm like all the men around me that was that age, they was smashing 18, 19. They was still going.
But you know, we had this perception that like erectile dysfunction hit when you turn like 40 years old, you know?
Right.
Here I am 40 years old and I'm over here like I was in my 20s. I'm like, what? I'd be walking around during the day like, why now? Like I'm looking through the fucking eggs at the fucking Strax and my dick's like, hey, what's going on? Wait, bro, why the grocery store?
Because the eggs look like them fake breasts of them girls you mess around with in Cali.
Out animal.
I've only messed with one woman in my entire life with fake breasts, and no, she was not a stripper.
Who was gonna say she was a stripper?
You out there, man.
Indy has this narrative that all I do is go out and fucking have stripper conquests all the time.
Go to Vegas and
I've dated one stripper my entire life. It was a very bad experience because she was fucking insane.
I didn't say you dated. I didn't say you dated. I just say you fuck strippers. That's
okay. I've only fucked one stripper in my entire life. She got really fucking crazy, and that was it. And I don't even get lap dances at the strip club
that's because strippers now aren't strippers. They're all LPNs and CNAs.
Ooh, LPNs make way too much money to be a stripper. So CNAs, I would go out on a limb and agree with you with, but not LPNs. I know LPN that makes like $210 grand a year.
It depends on where you at. Not in Indiana.
You ain't making $210 grand at all in Indiana, unless you got a really, really good job, like a boss. What's the minimum wage out here still? Like fucking $7?
It's still $7.55 or some shit like that.
Oh shit!
I thought it would go up. $9.50 or some shit like that.
No, minimum wage is still $7.55.
Yeah, Bianca say no to self. Quit my CNA program. Hey, just go strip. You'll get the money faster, and you ain't got to pay no loans. But yeah, like it's like
Honey's is open.
Like, at what age does your morning wood stop lasting for an hour?
I don't. I just go in the shower and I run out. I don't have
that. I didn't even. Why? Excuse me. Why whack one out when you could just roll over and like you have a what it's for?
Because whacking one off is always quicker. 5 minutes
and right
minutes.
No.
And
see, nope, it was like that. Nope, both arms just tired as fuck.
And just being considerate of the other person, whatever they, you know what I'm saying, got going on too. But
sometimes that person doesn't want to be woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like,
correct. When I can just
then
go rub one out real quick.
Then that's not the person for me.
That's cool too, though.
But
that's
no,
cool too, though.
I just
whatever
thought
your situation is.
I just thought I should bring.
That's why all his girlfriends are above 19 but under 25.
Who, you?
I'm talking about you.
Oh,
you need somebody that can keep up with you.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I just thought it'd be something to bring up amongst us fellas.
Something that we should never talk about again.
I liked it, man. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
You ain't never had that happen, Indy?
No.
That's some real life shit, boy.
It could, but honestly, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. It could be my diet too. I never had to deal with anything like that. Like, I don't know. I have the. Guess what? I went to the doctor and I weigh 165 pounds.
That's cool.
Dad bod in full effect.
That's probably the most you've ever weighed in your entire life, isn't it?
No, I've weighed 168 while playing soccer, but all that's gone.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All that's gone. Got pneumonia, dropped down to like 140, and then I just been sitting in between like 145 and 156 for like the rest of my life. I finally got above 156. So I'm happy.
Good job.
I'm happy.
So now we're moving on to a edition of the show that I call the shits, which basically means we each usually fucking rant or go off or talk about something that's whatever basically we want to talk about. Usually I make fun of somebody. But
that is usually that's usually how we start off, though.
Yeah, basically. And I don't even know who to make fun of this week.
Let Rome jump it off, man. I know he got something that's bothering him.
Hey, I did read an article real quick.
Not really, surprisingly.
I did read an article that that COVID has shown side effects for some males to be strong erectile dysfunction. So no morning wood for some of you motherfuckers that didn't want to wear a mask.
Hold on. Bianca said, hey, why are you all wearing caps? Because every single one of our hairlines are fucked up.
Well, Rome, yes.
Yeah.
Rome looked
I'm
like
baldy.
Rome looked like somebody just took a paintbrush with some black paint on it and just like sprinkled a little bit of hair on top of his head. That's where he
did one of these things.
Yep.
Indy's hairline just going back.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm not even taking my hat off.
No. That's why you get to see the beard. That's why I started growing the beard back out.
That's why we all have nice beards.
Full ass, oiled up beards.
Facts. That's why we spend $30 a month on beard oil.
Yeah. Yep. Except Indy looks homeless right now, but that's he got other problems going on.
Yeah, I got other things going on, which it's not looking good, but we're gonna stay in positivity mode.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, what do you want to rant about or talk about this
Man,
week?
like I said, I really don't even have anything this week. I was enthralled by the fucking D-Edge interview. Like, that shit really had me, yo. I was at work watching that shit, and I feel like it was a bit of history made. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are gonna look back to this moment and be like, yeah, that's, you know what I'm saying, the start where D-Edge was saying what he had to feel, you know what I'm saying, and telling the truth about things. So I'm really looking forward to the Straight Slamming documentary. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
looking forward to the
I want to hear that fucking album too. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit got me really excited for that though. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Keisha Cautious, and shout out to the big homie D-Edge, man. That shit was fucking awesome.
D-Edge, man. I just want a baby chain.
Right. Please, man.
I'll take a hand-me-down.
Let me get the baby chain, man.
Yeah. I'm getting two made. I'm getting one made of my logo that's right above my head. And I'm getting the Villain Radio logo, but I don't know if I want to do the old one or the new one.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same dude that still doesn't have a Nerd Mix tag.
Says the dude that don't have a villain radio tag.
I told you anytime. I told you I've been Villain Radio for life. I'll come get it.
We have a tattoo studio here.
Yeah, but he can't tattoo me right now.
Well, you can't leave the house right now.
That too.
So y'all both quarantined in a motherfucker.
Not for the same thing though.
No.
We don't walk up and down steps.
He did not have his penis chopped off.
Oh shit, man.
You're gonna feel bad if that has to happen. You know that, right?
No, I'm not.
You're gonna feel bad if that has to happen.
I very rarely feel bad, and if you have your penis chopped off, that's just one less thing that I have to worry about. You call me, be like, I stuck my penis in the wrong hole again. This is what we call the shits, folks.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got a couple of things that I want to talk about.
What time was this, Vill?
So, what I want to talk about a couple of things, couple new things that me and Indy will like to talk about. But one thing, ladies, bitches, sorry, you're a bitch. I don't mean that in a bad way at all. Oh my God, it's something has resurrected from the depths of daddy daycare. Motherfucking Trell and his mother. I don't even know if I want to bring him in because there might be kids running around in the background.
Trell, are you in the basement?
He's outside.
He's outside.
What up?
He had to go outside.
Hey,
I had to get away for a second, man.
Here's what Trell did. I'll tell you right now what Trell did. This is how Trell's on right now. Trell said, kids, let's play hide and go seek. I'm going to go hide. And here he is.
He counted. He's going to leave him hiding until he feels like going to get him.
And he can't. So he's going to be there for a while.
Young, you're right. But no, that's not what it was. They occupied right now, so I got a second. What's going on, brothers?
Let me ask you a question. Let's go over everything right quick. Pop. We didn't get your fucking input on anything. How did you feel about that list that Julian put together?
I believe that it was his list. Okay. You know, he felt how he felt about the artist that he was listening to. You know what I mean? So it was more like that's just what he felt. If he didn't hear anybody, then I'm pretty sure his list would be different 6 months from now if he would start, listening to other people. Okay. You can only make a list about people that you put on to.
It's subjective.
How do you? And I agree with that. I feel like the people that actually drop links for him to listen to catch on to their music to actually, sway his list if he was make it again. How do you feel about the rappers feeling some type of way about his list?
Fuck him. I mean, what else can I say? We all rap. I don't give a fuck. Hey, Vill, I was listening earlier when you said Trell ain't gonna be on nobody's list. Motherfucker, you right. Motherfucker, you right. Because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about a list. Who gives a shit about a list if you didn't make that list? You just didn't make that list.
How do we get copies of Thirsty? How do we get copies of Thirsty?
It's online. It's everywhere.
Okay, just asking.
I like that, man. I like that.
Okay, did you hear the criteria of the December Madness list that we're going to do that I think Rev already sent me a picture of?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, okay. I was listening in on all that.
What did you think about the Edge interview?
I didn't get to watch the whole thing because I was in and out. But one thing I did learn about that is Edge is a really humble person. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like super humble. And he's making an example for other people that, want to be on his level. But a lot of people can't be on his level. A lot of people can't work it out. You know what I mean?
Rev's listening because I asked him to make the thing and I didn't give him no information. I just said December Madness. And
he already got it.
And underneath December Madness logo, it says, I don't care about no fucking list. Keep me off of them. Secretly, you all know I would be on top anyhow. He said, you bicker about 219 or any other area code. I have stock in space. So I'm
Lord.
BS.
Well, actually, Rev would have to drop a single to actually make our list.
Yes.
Ooh, Ooh, I got some Rev songs and
likewise. I got an Instagram video I've been waiting to post that we got floating around group chats.
So,
this is all unreleased.
Yeah, back to what you were saying about the Edge interview.
Ooh. Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I finished.
Okay. You like
that's
it?
That's what she said.
No, she didn't, because the morning wood didn't work. Nigga. Like, the balls really not working.
Hey, speaking on that morning wood shit.
He had a jam.
Yeah, bro.
I was knocking on the door this morning and nobody answered. I understand. It's painful.
Like, bro, like, she was there,
it's painful.
She was there, and I worked her. She was there, and I worked her for like 35 minutes, but it was just like, nope. My balls are like, bro, like, I have one right here, and my dick's like, I'm not letting you out.
Hey.
It's fucking stuff.
Real facts.
Yeah, you know.
For real.
So yeah, that was that. So okay, you're up to speed with everything, you know. So now we're talking about the shits. Fucking Syndrome didn't really have. He was just talking about the Edge interview and everything like that. Shout out to G Wiz, he's watching right now.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, if any of you guys watching, and any of you guys that will watch this in the future, you're an artist, or if you got a brand, any kind of clothing line, hit up G Wiz. He's very, very, very talented with it. He got all types of mediums he could do for you, direct to garment, you know, all that shit. Hit him up. The Print Chef on Facebook. Search that, like it.
That's a good name.
He's the one who made the custom Villain Radio face masks that I had earlier in the pandemic. Good dude, talented fucking producer, dope rapper. His voice is dope as fuck on records. If you haven't ever listened to anything G Wiz is on, go search. He's all over the Freddie Gibbs ESGN album. And he's been around way longer than that. Like he's been in the business way before he even got involved with Fred. Shout out to him. So I'm about to go off. Oh yeah, IG too. His Instagram is at the Print Chef. How it's supposed to be spelled. ThePrintChef. The Print Chef.
That's dope.
Bitches. Whether I love you or hate you, I refer to you as bitches. I don't care to be politically incorrect. And my name's fucking Rob Villain. I don't know how nice you expect me to be.
Okay.
What the fuck is up with these lashes? I seen this. I don't know what it was. A lady, a thought, a hood rat, a street creature.
A street creature.
Whatever the fuck this woman was, these eyelashes were like 4 inches long, curled up. Like, it's what the fuck? Like, it took up half her forehead.
Oh Lord.
Like, you ever see those eyelashes that they put on the headlights?
Yeah.
It looked like that on a bitch. Bro, it looked like I could pick her up upside down and sweep the floor.
Jesus.
Stop.
Like that
Stop.
shit. That shit gotta be like tiresome for your holding up your eyelash muscles.
And it was this little skinny ass.
Like,
It was a skinny ass white bitch.
that shit is crazy.
And
Can we play that shit?
she had gold fronts.
With gold front.
Wait, what?
Gold fronts.
Was she at least pretty?
No.
He said pretty. He didn't say attractive, fine. He said pretty.
Because that's all he needs.
He went for the lowest level. He went for the lowest level of attractiveness.
I
ever.
swear
He was
that's
pretty.
some low standards.
She looked like she was straight out of a parody fucking
Ooh,
like music video or something like that.
that's
Like,
pretty messed up.
it was insane. The length the length and their curl degree of her fucking shit. Lashes for someone bitches is like y'all dudes with the snapbacks. You know what?
Yo,
I know. I was Omar says, where was you? I was at I believe it's Is it a Golo or is it a Save? The one right there across the street.
Well, that's your problem. You had two.
Broadway.
You had the two knockoff gas stations.
I was right there on Broadway and 53rd.
That's probably a Golo.
At that Golo across street from CVS.
She probably bought them from the Golo.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a trend. It's a trend.
But I've never seen them this big.
Nah,
Yeah,
I've never seen them.
I never seen them that big.
I know almost all women wear eyelashes, and some of them look good.
I don't know.
They accentuate the eye area of the.
I'd rather you not have no eyelashes. I'm cool. The fake eyelashes is a turn off me. Just like them fucking extra long fucking fingernails pointing and shit. That shit fucking turn off.
Because she ain't wiping her ass.
I seen a woman.
They don't really care
with fingernails with earrings.
She said if they're big, it's mink. I don't care if it's fucking.
You know what? You know what a mink
though.
is? You know what a mink is? A mink is an animal, and it looked like she had fucking animals on her eyes. She looked like she had furry animals on her mother.
Oh Lord!
Like she had
she
big.
Looked like that. She looked like that Disney villain from the fucking.
And you know what? She looked a little. She looked a little high.
From the Emperor's
I don't know if she was high or if she
glasses.
opened her eyes all the way.
She could open her eyes now because the
so
hey, look,
it was insane.
Look. Hey, every time I go down to Indianapolis, that's all I see. No matter I'm in the grocery store or if I go to the mall or anything, all I see is a whole bunch of elephant eyebrows. What was that cartoon that had the elephants? Snuffleupagus? Was it with them long ass eyebrows?
You mean fucking Sesame Street? That cartoon. You mean Sesame
Was
Street?
it? Okay.
Whoever thought that Snuffleupagus would ever be brought up on this show?
On the link up.
That's crazy. Omar said, I'm going to put a post out and have everyone share it till we find her. And she was driving a Nissan.
She was driving a Nissan.
Yes.
So she was driving.
I don't know if it was an Altima. I think it was a Sentra.
So she was coming. She was riding in Rome's cars. What you're telling me?
She was probably coming from CNA class.
Yeah.
Stop.
Nice.
Hey, Bianca said she was in CNA class. What kind of car you drive? I'm trying to see.
Bianca, don't answer. Don't answer. You don't have to answer that question.
Oh shit, man.
I'm just saying it's an observation I've made in
That's crazy
in the field
man.
As I'm maneuvering through these streets.
I don't rock with long nails. I don't rock with fake. I don't even rock with. Be honest with you, I can't even rock with too much weave in your hair, yo. I like girls with natural hair.
Hey,
real talk. I can't even rock with too much makeup.
I really don't care though.
Hey, I was on the light.
It's some dude out there paying for them eyelashes right now that thinks she's the best thing walking on the planet.
That like that shit. So
Mario Bianca, let me correct myself. MA. What
she's
is
probably fucking giving butterfly kisses with the eyelashes and shit. Talking about.
So do she be winking?
Hey,
she fuck around and blink. She fuck around and blink and she's tied up in a knot and can't even open her fucking eyes back up.
That's fucked up.
Hey,
that's fucked up.
With a pocket knife.
Hey, hey, she blinked.
Yo.
Hey, she blinked. What happens if she blinks and creates a whole new fucking wind pattern?
Omar just said I don't rock with black women, bro. It's a lot of white women and other women out there be wearing all type of weave and shit in their head.
Yeah.
I rock with black women. It's just that I didn't find a black queen that rocked with me, so I moved on. That's the way I moved the fuck on. Let me get into the shits.
Hey, he moved on twice.
He getting into the shits.
Now we're gonna get into the shits. That my shit always turned around. I'm so tired of fucking black women that get mad because I date white women. Y'all had y'all chance from all the way through high school and
I'm getting tired of white women mad that I don't like them.
And then I get out of fucking high school and shit like that and move the fuck on. Now y'all want something to do with me. I got a little bit of money, man. Fuck y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all one black woman for me was fucking around with chicks from the hood that wasn't about shit. They didn't want to be shit. They just wanted somebody to take the fuck care of them. They didn't want to make something of their own. I can't evolve and step up, make myself great if I don't have a partner that's equally trying to make themselves great. I'm not here to take care of nobody that can't take care of themselves. I'm not wiping your ass. I'm not buying you purses like that. And
Yeah,
let me
you said no motherfucking purses. You bitches get no purses from.
hold up. And look, and I'm a fan of these girls. I'm a fan of these girls, but these bitches piss me the fuck off. And yes, I said bitches. That fucking female version of fucking Joe Budden podcast, when the bitches came out and said no grown man should be playing fucking video games. And why the fuck do they want to buy a fucking PS5? Bitch, you just asked for a fucking $1,200 purse the other fucking day. I could buy 2 PS5s with that shit. So you can ask for a purse, can't buy me a PS5? Fuck you. Sometimes I need to vent and play my games, let shit out because your ass is driving me the fuck crazy. So get the fuck up out of here with that bullshit. I'm tired of every fucking bitch that think that they supposed to get shit and not give back. That is not how a fucking relationship works. If you're not fucking sucking my dick and let me play my fucking video games, you get the fuck out my damn house. I ain't paying no fucking bills for your ass then. I take care of my kids. Fuck you. That's the way that shit goes.
Hey, so Indy, is it the medicine or tell us how you really feel?
Check it out. You know that was real.
Oh man, that shit was so real, bro.
Goddamn.
Hey, you know that was
you gonna get some backlash off of that.
Hey, you know that was so real because that nigga was running out of breath.
I swear to God. To God. Hey, his beard started moving. He meant that shit. All right, bro.
You're telling us that the white women suck your dick and let you play your video games.
I'm saying that I haven't met and look, it might be because of me because I didn't start moving around, you know what I'm saying, until I got a little bit older, you know what I'm saying, going different places. But I've noticed that when outside of Indiana, going to other places, women treat men a lot differently than they do when you in fucking Gary. Every chick I ever dated in Gary, I ain't gonna say no fucking names. Edna, Crystal, I ain't saying no fucking names.
Yeah, Edna, Crystal.
They all
Edna.
You see the cough? I think he said a name.
Who named
He said a couple names.
Did he? That fast?
They always wanted something. They didn't. They didn't want to better themselves and shit like that. Like, tell me, Ron, do you want a queen that's not going to help you? You know what I'm saying? Build your kingdom. That's constantly gonna try to tear you down while you trying to build. They get mad that you building your kingdom. And they say that should all be mine.
I feel where you're coming from, but at the same time, you know, they are dealing with what they're dealing with too. So we don't really get the right to tell them how to feel about anything.
No, I can tell you how the fuck you feel about me. Period.
Well, with you, it's well known ahead of time that, you know what I'm saying, you're going to do what you do with the video games and shit, you know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about in general, because when these ladies on this podcast came out and said, no man, they don't want no man to play no video games,
that's their opinion, though.
Why is there so much backlash against video games lately?
Because a PlayStation costs $500 and this dude's asking a girl, hey babe, buy me a PlayStation.
Yeah, buy me a PlayStation.
Like, man, get the fuck up out of here. Like, buy me a PlayStation when I done bought you a purse that you're probably only gonna use for 3 fucking months, and that motherfucker cost me $700. A fucking PlayStation is gonna be a whole fucking entertainment fucking system. When we're sitting there, Netflix and chilling, you're gonna be watching it on a fucking PlayStation. I mean,
this is a cost reflective on it.
It's facts. I'm only upgrading my systems every 5 years.
Hey,
it costs way more than my PlayStation.
Hey, I got morning wood that lasts for an hour and a half, and I just want an Xbox Series X because I just download my game. So, I mean, we could do whatever.
Bianca said, hobbies are hobbies. Let me buy my recording equipment and go get you a game, problem solved. I ain't got no problem with that. The funny thing is, most people who are gaming, they already had your recording equipment there ready to go. If they got a real streaming setup. So it's gonna be both. For some people, any hobby, no matter what you do, they basically tell the man he can't have no hobby. He can't do that. Any hobby that keeps you from choking a bitch is a good hobby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
wait. I
ain't over that,
brother. Repeat that.
Any hobby that keeps you from choking a bitch is a good hobby.
Man.
We do not condone domestic
Oh,
violence on this show
Against your
at all.
significant other.
what else is on this list? Because Indy is getting into it.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, he's fired up about it.
I
Hey,
remember. I
yeah.
wanted to talk to y'all about that earlier.
Hey, did you not notice before he came on here live, he took medication, and then he told us what medication he was on.
Yeah.
He's fucked up on Norcos right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
look, he's moving around. The first half of the show, he was just real stiff, and now this motherfucker over there like, yeah, get into it. Fuck you, bitches. Fuck my dick.
He took them truth pills.
Yeah, look at him go, and he's
hold on.
He's fit right now.
I'm about to mute my mic real quick.
We got lit Indy in this bitch.
Bianca said, if you need a hobby to stop from choking a bitch, you got to get that fixed, beloved. Nah, I just traded up for a better one. That fucking transmission ain't working like it should. It's time to go get a new car. You know what I'm saying? Trade up. I'm gonna trade it in for a newer model. One whose tits ain't sagging, and you know what I'm saying? Pussy stay a little wet. That's the way it goes.
Hey, some of these bitches tits are sad. Hey, like a 21-year-old bitch nowadays got miles on her, like 35-year-old bitches did back in the day.
I don't want no chick that breastfed.
Ooh.
I'm just being honest. I want my boobs to be perky.
There you go. Hey, at least he's being honest, and he's in a happily committed relationship right now, so he don't care what you bitches think. Well, yeah, this is why we don't shoot it to his platform.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Here's something I want to talk about. Because what me and Indy, Warner Brothers is announced that they are releasing all their 2021 slate of movies on HBO Max the same day they release in theaters, if and when theaters ever open again.
All right, let's get into the shits on that.
I need the bull sound.
Yeah. When it goes on to that, I had a list of these movies. I just talked about this on A+ Opinions earlier.
Yeah, that's why I figured you would already have something to say.
Yeah. It's only for the first 31 days that each movie is in the theater. If you have HBO Max or you have HBO, these movies will be available for you to watch then. So we're talking about like Wonder Woman, Mortal Kombat. We're talking about and all the motherfucking bullshit ass movies that's coming out the Warner Brothers. Matrix 4. I had the whole list, man. Now you gotta be going into my A+ Opinion shit right quick to look this shit up. It's a whole list.
AMC and Vill already fucking shot back at him talking about all the bullshit, but it sucks that the way, you know, there's a lot of things that are suffering through the pandemic closures and social distancing and the limitations depending on what state you're in. Like we were talking in the group chat the other day when I said I was like, I missed going to the movies. Like I'm a movie person. Like I go to the fucking movies, and now it's just like I was trying to think of what was the last movie I went to, and it was last year. It was definitely last year.
Hold on, Judas and the Black Messiah, Tom and Jerry, Godzilla vs. Kong, Mortal Kombat, Those Who Wish Me Dead, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, In the Heights, Space Jam: A New Legacy, The Suicide Squad, Reminiscence, Dune, which is going to be a huge fucking movie, The Many Saints of Newark, King Richard, which is a Will Smith, the next Will Smith.
The Many Saints of Newark is the Sopranos prequel.
Yeah, Cry Macho, Matrix 4, and of course Wonder Woman.
Spider-Man is not a HBO Warner Brothers property, Max. Bianca. They're a Marvel thing.
No, that'll be Sony. Yeah, that's Sony Pictures.
That's a Sony Marvel joint.
Yeah. So basically what they're telling us is that you can go to the theater and see it before the first 30 days. If you already have HBO, you can subscribe to HBO Max for $15 and you'll have access to that movie for the first 31 days.
Bro, I'm not going through this shit again. Hold on.
Going through what again?
Hold on. She goes in timeout.
Who goes in timeout? Oh, the witch.
Yeah, she's blocked. But I had to kick her out after the Edge interview because she started commenting weird ass shit. Like, no,
Yeah, but what's cool about that is it's not a bad thing.
No, I don't think it is. Like if a theater is open, I'm going to see the shit in the theater. That's my preference.
Matrix is certain movies you have to see in the theater.
Yeah,
Matrix,
you know,
I gotta go see in the theater.
Like
Suicide Squad, it just
if I could go somewhere around here to watch Wonder Woman on Christmas Day, I'm going somewhere to watch Wonder Woman.
I say we just get a projector and shoot it to the wall and watch Wonder Woman.
I've already been thinking about that, and I don't have a wall nowhere.
We'll see what happens, but it's different from the typical thing that Disney went to do. When even though you had the $7.99 membership, you had to pay the $30 in order to watch Mulan, which just came to Disney Plus, I think on the 3rd. So it was either watch and wait. So it's going to be interesting to see if this increased the subscriber count of HBO Max.
Okay, yeah,
because that's what they're shooting for. They're trying to gain subscribers. Even though people didn't want to pay that $30 for Mulan, it being on there and having the chance, it did raise Disney's subscriber count.
Yeah.
So that's what they're going for. And
I'm a Disney Plus subscriber. Well, I got the bundle. I get Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN for $12.99 a month.
Yes,
and all I do is watch Toy Story and Avengers.
You can't beat that
on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I very rarely use it.
Darkwing Duck, Tailspin.
Watch what's the play? Hancock. The Hamilton.
Hamilton, yes.
Hamilton was another one because that was supposed to go to theaters.
That's really the only reason that I've been keeping it. I don't do anymore like that. I've
watched Endgame at least 14 times.
Yeah, I've watched both of them a lot.
He said Tenet was amazing in IMAX, but Tenet also to me was a letdown for the hype that it had come up.
Well, I haven't even watched it yet because I didn't want to watch it since I couldn't see it
because Tenet was the movie that was supposed to save theaters.
Well, that was the hope, that's not what they were setting out to be. That's what the title that was thrust upon them, because Nolan wasn't budging with it not being released in theaters in some way. And there's only a handful of theaters in America that was able to show it the way he intended it to be shown, the way he shot it anyway.
And then you still have Black Widow out there floating around that Disney could possibly bring to Disney Plus.
Disney don't know. I think Disney has to make some type of move soon. Shout out to J. Ortiz, Young Bull, tuning in. Yeah, they got them, like they have all types of shit. Like what's the last thing that Marvel's put out? Was it Spider-Man? Was it Far From Home?
Far From Home would be the last one to drop.
That was the last thing. That's a year. It's been a year.
Well, did they drop anything? No, what happened? COVID happened, so they pushed all their television back.
And now that we've seen that COVID,
that's the last Marvel movie that dropped. They had other Disney movies to drop.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about Marvel right now, because Marvel's really like everything they put out, they make money on, but Marvel's been it, like financially and critically, because the Star Wars has been mixed reviews. I mean, generally bad and
generally bad, but they still made money.
Yeah.
Still
it's a whole different
well, they just came back to The Mandalorian. That's what's been keeping a lot of people on Disney Plus right now. The whole Grogu.
It has Little Yoda has a name now, and it's not Little Yoda.
It wasn't,
and a lot of
it was the child, and then it went to Grogu.
Yeah, but nobody that didn't. Most people know about. It's safe to say that majority of people who know about the show know about it because of the child. Just from memes and shit like that. They have a great lead in just from that.
Oh yeah, they're hell of a marketing ploy.
And they did. That's not. They had no idea. They had no fucking idea.
I think they did.
Well, I read an article with Favreau and with Kathleen Kennedy, and like Kathleen Kennedy was like, we had no fucking clue. Basically, that's why there was such a delay on the fucking toys. Like you couldn't. There was nothing.
Now, when I read an article from Favreau, he said that he asked for the toys not to be released until after the character, because they were trying to keep that character quiet.
Oh,
They didn't even want them to know that he was in there. And after the character came out, the problem was that they couldn't produce the toy fast enough for the demand, so they just held it all off. Like them toys just started dropping season 2 of The Mandalorian, where they became readily available. You had a bunch of people on Pinterest and Etsy and stuff like that making knockoffs that they were making a fortune off of, you know, because everybody had to have that. But the Mandalorian is just good storytelling, and the 2 seasons of The Mandalorian are probably better than the last 5 Star Wars movies.
yeah. And the fucked up thing is, even though the child has a name now, it's like Comiskey Park and the Sears Tower. Like it's nobody calls it the Willis Tower. It's just people don't care what the fucking name is. It's what they want it to be.
No, people do it now just to annoy people. Like I got into an argument with somebody at work who came up and was like, I need a baby Yoda.
Star Wars fans, like they're like, okay, that's the child's names, but like regular ass people, like, no, that's fucking little Yoda, bro.
Yeah,
that's what we're calling it.
Right.
And I had a guy came in. We had those oversized the child pops, right?
Yeah.
And then he came up to me and he was like, "Hey, you got any of them $30 Baby Yoda pops?" And I was like, "No, we ain't got them in stock." And then he went over in the aisle and saw him. He's like, "I thought you said you didn't have any." I was like, "No, we got the child pops. We don't have any damn Baby Yoda pops."
Oh, fucking!
I damn no one got written up over that shit. I was telling the truth. Like, we don't have any Baby Yoda toys, dog. We don't have none of that. We have the child.
Yeah, I just want to go to the fucking movies. You know, I just want to go sit in the theater. Like, can I rent it out myself? You know, like how much?
Yes,
like,
you can.
AMC was doing that in certain cities.
$100 to rent out the theater for yourself.
But that was depending on the movie.
Yeah,
the most expensive movie was like $249.
Yeah,
but shit, I mean, shit. Like, can I bring him? Like, you got to bring your own snacks. You didn't get nothing else. But I don't give a fuck. How many people can I bring? Like,
and that's what I was tripping on. People like when the people who were getting on Disney talking about spending $30 to watch Mulan at home is too much money. It's like that $30 lets up to 6 households watch that movie. Yeah. Plus, you don't have to go nowhere. You can watch it over and over and over again, rather than taking a family of 4 to the theater and spending $200 at the movies.
Yes.
To watch something that you might not even like.
Exactly.
Facts.
Very cool.
I'm not spending $30 to watch anything online. Like, I'll fucking, yeah, that's why I'm so shitty. And there's I brought the Marvel thing up just for the simple fact that they're very, very fucking consistent, you know. Yes. And their whole phase. What are we in now? Phase 4?
Should be phase 5 and ready to start, right?
No, I think it's phase 4. It just started,
phase
right?
4. Well, phase 4 technically hasn't even really started yet.
Yeah. So we're going into phase 4, and everything, a whole fucking year of phase 4 just got wiped out.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So how much longer can these companies sustain losing what they're losing? Because they're not a lot of these places don't get the kind of bailouts that other companies got because of their size.
Well, Disney, the streaming aspect of the movies is the only thing keeping them alive when their parks are closed.
Exactly. I know that's the case in point. Look at Disney. Not only are their parks are open in limited capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Like my sister-in-law was at Disneyland yesterday. She got season passes and shit. Like diehard Disney is crazy. Like I was like jealous. Like, God damn, I want to go to Disney. I want to go to Disney all the fucking time. But you know, but they're at limited capacity, and they own Marvel, which, you know, guess what? They're not releasing anything Marvel new on fucking streaming thus far. They even pushed their TV shit back. Then you got, you know, the Disney shit that they started incorporating, like the Mulan shit like that, you know. But they haven't even begun to fucking even do anything with any of the Fox properties.
They did. I mean, they released New Mutants.
Well, that was pretty much, it was done.
Yeah.
You know,
and they should have just kept that shit.
Yeah. So it
was that bad.
Well, they had to release it so they could use the loss as an offset as a tax deduction.
Mm-hmm.
If they didn't release it, then it's and then Warner Brothers got to see, like, with releasing this stuff streaming wise, there's a lot of legalities with the monetization of it. Okay. If you lose so much, like the way it's set up, everything is set up for a traditional release to movie theaters and whatever. So it's easy to calculate your losses. How do they calculate the losses for tax purposes and shit like that?
Right.
Due to streaming.
On the stream.
And then the theaters, they're on their last leg already. AMC's,
they were on their last leg before COVID hit. They were struggling before COVID even hit.
Exactly. Same thing with Regal. Regal already declared bankruptcy. They're closing all types of theaters. And where I lived in California, the city I lived in, we had a mall, Parkway Plaza. And in that mall, we had a fucking Regal Cinema theater. There's like fucking, I don't know, 16 theaters or whatever, something like that. That's where I went to see my fucking movies. It's pretty dope, at the fucking mall. Like, I've never been to a mall with a fucking movie theater in it, I've been to a mall with a movie theater across the fucking street or some shit like that, but not like in the fucking mall. And they even had one of the anchor stores was a Walmart. That was even weirder. Like a Walmart as an anchor store. And not only
in the mall?
Yes. Yeah. It was a 2-level.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah, Well, it wasn't a full like super center, so they didn't have like full groceries, So, but it was 2 levels, which is weird. And they had a fucking like a little escalator for your fucking cart. Like you put your cart in this shit. It was like a fucking little elevator escalator thing that rode right next to you as you went up on the escalator. Like the first time I went in there, I was like, "What the fuck?" I was confused. I was like, "What do I do with the cart?" I just left the cart there, and I kind of did what I had to do on the first floor, and then I seen somebody else put their cart up, so then I knew what to do.
Okay,
because I wasn't gonna stand there and fuck something up. But one time I did get a cart full of shit, kind of stuck, and I just went down the escalator and fucking left. Went to a different Walmart.
I believe you.
But go like how is the whole entertainment landscape gonna adapt to everything, especially with the theater chains and shit like that?
Think about it. Earlier when you was talking about how music changed. What I mean? It's still an art form. It's still, delivering it to people. So the way of delivery has changed. But so they just need to figure out how they're gonna still make some money, because artists, before you put your CD in the store, even with consignment, you get your money back.
Here's the thing:
the store keeps a percentage.
What's different about the movies, though? Music, and it's 2 different mediums. You can listen to music everywhere.
Right.
The preferred medium of watching a movie is in a theater. I have in my bedroom, I have a 55-inch TV that's close as fuck to my bed, and I still want it bigger because I don't think the experience is good enough for me cinematically.
Sound too.
I think that's going to come more on. This is going to be interesting, because with everything that's going on, Samsung, Sony, we need to see what they're going to develop as far as televisions to make that experience, you know what I'm saying, more as close to theater experience at home. You know what I'm saying? I have noticed that there have been a lot more sound bars, sound systems being sold. A lot of people coming in getting 55, 65-inch, you know what I'm saying, 4K crystal dynamic televisions, you know what I'm saying, just so they can replicate that feeling. The one thing we are never going to be able to replicate unless we actually buy one is that fucking popcorn. No matter what the fuck we do, nothing ever tastes like that popcorn you get from the movie theater.
Hey, you know what's fire?
Not that good.
Cheeto popcorn. You ever have the Cheeto popcorn?
Yes.
That shit's fucking fire. You got hot Cheeto popcorn and regular Cheeto popcorn.
I don't much care about popcorn, so
nobody cares what you like.
But no,
I know.
I know. I'm just fucking with you.
But it's going to be interesting to see if Warner can be successful with the way that they're putting this out, and if Universal and Disney take note to what they're doing, because Mulan made his money back at least, and that came from them charging. Yeah, they made their money back. Okay. They haven't made extra money, but it's really hard to count with, like you said, with the subscribers, because when you count that movie, you only count the subscribers that came on. Do you count the ones that stayed the next month because of that? I mean,
this Matrix movie. This Matrix movie, I haven't looked up the exact budget for it, but I would rather expect it not to be very low.
That's safe to assume.
You know, same thing with Suicide Squad. Yes. Wonder Woman was an expensive movie.
So wait a minute, bag up.
Matrix
movie.
The Matrix 4 budget. The Matrix 4 budget right now is $63 million.
That's it.
That's it.
Holy shit.
It's gonna be some bad CGI.
No, it's not.
You don't think so?
What about Suicide Squad?
175 million.
Okay, Wonder Woman.
Damn, you guys! I don't type that fast.
So you're looking at roughly same thing as
1984 Wonder Woman, right?
Yes,
200 million.
Okay, so that's almost 400 million right there.
Mm-hmm.
Almost $500 million with 2 movies. And that don't include fucking we'll include 3 movies. Okay. That don't include
and the Mortal Kombat budget is 40 million.
Okay. Yes.
So you got to think about the way they market it. You got to think about hats, shirts.
Nah, I don't think it's just
you know what I mean. It's a lot of merchandise that goes with it.
The bulk of the money they're going to make is going to be for HBO Max subscribers. Is how many subscribers can you get interested in the $15 hit? And they took away the free trial, so there's no more free trial on HBO Max. So you can't just free trial and watch as many movies as
I just got a free trial last night.
They're taking the free trial away. They're doing the same thing for Disney Plus.
I got it. I did. I was like, fuck it. Let me get the free trial real quick.
Yeah.
And that's the second one I got. I got one 2 weeks ago to watch the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty interesting
last night.
And how they try to combat what's going on. I don't know how they're going to count their wins. They're going to count wins from subscribers. Well, because at least with Disney, you could count who subscribed and paid that $30 to watch that movie early.
Well, here's the thing: they could also count on what time of the year they're releasing whatever movie, and what state and what restriction level they're at that time.
Yeah,
because these movies are still opening in the theaters too. You have the option to go to theater to see them if the theater in your area is open.
Okay.
I'll go on a motherfucking map right now and see what's open, and I will drive I'll take a day trip and go watch a motherfucking movie. I don't give a fuck. I'll roll.
What's open in the 219 area?
I don't know. I haven't looked.
We have a theater in the 219. Nothing.
Yeah, I don't think no.
There's nothing.
There's nothing.
There's no theater.
None of them around here, I don't think.
Yeah.
Unless are the AMCs open?
No.
No, and then the IMAX and Portage filed bankruptcy. They don't know that. They don't know that. This is something. What do y'all think about what if somebody like Warner or somebody like Disney, somebody who actually has the money, decides to bail out some of these theaters?
I think there's a fine line of what they can and can't do also.
Mm-hmm.
Just for monopolization and antitrust type laws. That's why they don't own their own theater chains, because it'd be so easy for every studio just to open up all their own studio chains. There's a reason that they'd be able to price gouge and shit like that. That's where there's a consortium that there's a certain price that the theaters rent the films for, and it's usually that same price for every type of film. It's a tiered price, and it usually never changes. At the beginning, Tenet was fucking more expensive than usual films were, just because a lot of studios had to be retrofitted to shoot in certain aspect ratios, and there's a lot of theaters that couldn't afford it and didn't have the opportunity to show it, even if they were open, because of that.
Okay.
So
it was only gonna be in certain theaters anyway.
Yeah. So I see why there's not why they don't allow them. I don't know the specific laws, but my reasoning would be like how I just explained. But I don't see why they wouldn't, because I think that would increase some type of competition, you know.
Yeah, because Tenet
But
earned.
then again, you don't have that many major movie studios. You look at Disney. Disney put out movies. You know how many different companies put out major motion pictures under the Disney umbrella? It's insane. So
well, Disney is a hell of a conglomerate, though.
they're
Like
more.
they had to build,
I don't
you know, to get to
how,
that.
I still don't understand how they got approval to fucking buy Fox. It was insane.
Well, it was they could buy everything, but it was some
News
sports,
stations and shit like that.
News station and sports stations.
Well, they weren't. The Murdoch family didn't include the fucking news stations though. But yeah, it's. I still don't believe that they let them assume that. That's a major fucking motion picture company in 20th Century Fox that's probably going to cease to exist soon.
Yeah, but there's so many other I could see that, but it was still a lot. And I think it was more of the properties that they were giving them, and the fact that they didn't, well, with them buying it, the contracts they had with like Netflix and other different stuff with syndication stayed put until it ran out. So I think it was the way that the deal was structured rather than just letting them buy it, because it's still shit they waiting to get. Like they just got Daredevil back.
Yes.
Like just got Daredevil back. So that they're still waiting on the other Netflix series to be let go so that they be able to use them, because they got Daredevil back, and now the talk is Daredevil being in this next Spider-Man movie.
They're trying to throw everything in this Spider-Man movie.
Well, that's Sony for you. They're trying to make sure that when they lose that little tie to Disney, that they have enough built up for themselves,
and
which is smart.
Well, see, and they're taking full advantage of the snap and the multiverse aspect now that they can. So yeah. I mean, whatever. As long as it's entertaining, and Marvel's going to make sure it's entertaining. But I think that Sony will end a partnership for one movie, and they're going to realize that they can't make a Spider-Man movie like Marvel can.
Yeah. I mean, Marvel is smart as fuck. We're going to make sure that his mentor is somebody that you can't, you know what I'm saying, you can't replace. And then we're also going to make sure that Tom Holland understands the money looks better when you're partnered with Disney. Because to get this one deal going for this third movie, that dude was crying, do the deal, all on his social media.
Yeah.
Partner with Disney. He knows what that money looks like.
True. Yep, I just wanted to get your take on all that shit, because I know you probably talked about it. And
yeah, we went on a good 3 hours on Hero Report today. It was a lot to talk about. The new DC properties, the Green Lantern thing coming to the Arrowverse, Superman and Lois.
Leonardo DiCaprio is in talks for an active role in the MCU seriously now.
Yeah.
I wonder
really
what would you have Leonardo DiCaprio play in the Marvel universe? Mr. Fantastic?
No. You wouldn't have him play Mr. Fantastic. Old boy from what was that movie where they couldn't talk?
Bird Box?
No. Where they couldn't talk because the monsters would get them.
Oh man.
You know what I'm talking about?
John Krasinski.
Yeah. I think that's him.
He auditioned. He was one of the final candidates for Captain America.
Yeah, I really think him as Mr. Fantastic.
From the beginning, or from a restart?
We're not gonna get a restart.
We're not gonna get a restart.
They're gonna introduce the multiverse.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how they're gonna introduce the X-Men. That's how they're gonna do the Fantastic Four. And like I said 2 weeks ago, there has been you can't get excited about it or think anything about it, because since Disney owns so many fucking different movie companies, but there was a real active offer sent out to Hugh Jackman from Disney. So nobody knows what it could be. We all know what everybody wants it to be. And I think there might be a good chance that they can get him back one more time for maybe some Deadpool shit or something like that. But
him and Ryan Reynolds are so close. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're really close. Really close.
I think between that they'll be able to pull it off.
Yeah.
But it won't be like it might not be like a full continuity thing, but it'll be something where it'll be fan service. When they do that, it's going to be for the fans.
But it was a 6-figure offer that was sent out for something. So it was at least between $1 and fucking $9 million as a and it said base. I read it on Collider. So
yeah, and we're not talking about for a leading role. We're talking about for him to appear in a movie.
For him to be in
6 figures to show up.
Here. Yeah.
It was 7.
Yeah, but you got to think about you really do have to think about what Disney Marvel actors are making. Like compared to when Robert Downey Jr. first started and he was only making.
Well, see, a lot of them still choose the back end more though, because now they know.
Chris Hemsworth back end a lot because now he's like substantial.
They had to do that so they could be able to afford everybody for every movie.
Yeah.
See, and they're such they all know that they had to do that, you know. Right. So and I can see Jackman being like, fuck, because he's still in shape. You know, I mean, he's not in Wolverine shape, but he's still got motherfucker still fucking look like he's working out. He looked better than all of us, which is easy to do.
Speak for yourself.
Well, whatever.
Well, it's said right now that Chris Hemsworth beat Robert Downey Jr.
All the fucking liquor bottle fucking exercises you do.
Chris Hemsworth beat Robert Downey Jr. as the highest paid actor in the Avengers. The Thor star made $76 million in 2019 as opposed to Robert Downey Jr.'s $66 million.
Yeah, but for how many movies?
I think that was just for Endgame.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. Ruffalo only made $5 million for the 2 films. Infinity War and Endgame.
Oh.
What, straight up? Does he got back in action?
It looks like he's got back in action because he still has 2 movies he's contracted for.
Okay.
And
then Scarlett Johansson, they said total, and which honestly she should be up there. She made $165 million total for all the movies she's been in. But she's been there since Iron Man 2. She should have honestly made more than that. And Black Widow hasn't dropped yet.
Well, I think Marvel has a pretty good tier pay system, and she languishes in that fucking supporting role pay tier.
But that might be a reason why it was until now that she got her own solo movie. Because I think they get paid by time on screen too, like how much time they have on screen in a movie.
So what's the lookout for that? For the Black Widow movie?
Who knows? Who knows? Nobody knows what Disney's doing. Disney's being weird. Like they're being very, very secretive. They're like posting shit. Well, they haven't. They still got most of the 2021 slates still intact, but they haven't made any reschedules for shit that hasn't.
They were supposed to have 3 movies drop this year.
Yeah. Up there.
Yeah. But the thing with them is with them announcing what's happening in what is it in the Hawkeye movie, and Paul, the girl who plays the other Black Widow, being cast for that in her role. I think you will see before the end of this year, you'll see Black Widow on Disney Plus, just to make sure the Black Widow is out before the Hawkeye show airs.
Well, they also have to. Well, see, the good thing about the Black Widow movie is, from what we could expect, it's a throwback.
Yeah, it's set in the past. It's set right after Winter Soldier.
So we don't know if anything. We don't know, but we don't know if anything implicates or flash forwards at any other time. So they got to watch how they still have to maintain their continuity when they release whatever they're going to release and how they're going to release it. So that's why their whole TV fucking shit went off too. No WandaVision. No.
WandaVision is January now.
You got the whole fucking Hawkeye show. You got motherfucking the Falcon and Winter Soldier. You got all this shit that's been put on hold, and it's fucking. We're running out of fucking content to watch. That's why you got content, because I ain't got fucking nothing to watch.
Yeah, basically, that's honestly what's happening. But it'll be all right. Marvel's put on. I think what hurt them too is it didn't really hurt them because they're now that they announced the Nick Fury show. They announced a whole bunch of stuff going on, so it looks pretty good, man.
Yep. Well, at about 2 hours and 45 minutes, that's about a good time to wrap it up for us. It's been a pleasure as always with everybody. Syndrome, brother Indy, Daddy Daycare.
Brother Indy, Daddy Daycare.
We're gonna end the show, and Trell's gonna be like, "What happened?"
It's just Trell.
It's just
Trell.
Nah, that's whatever. We make the names.
Daddy Daycare. That's fine. Roll with it.
Tune in this week, Wednesday at 5:00 Central for White Devils with me and Rich. I will be remote in Miami, Florida for that episode. Then we'll be back here Sunday night for Sunday dinner. I will not be in town for Friday Night Live this week, so it is a bye week, so to speak. We will be back December 18th with G. Scott. See what G. Scott's getting into and see if we could premiere something on the show. Maybe Heaven Can Wait. Go stream Airplane Mode 2 right now. Syndrome has a new project out called Extend Weekend. You should go check that out.
Yes.
Indy said he released some music this year, but I don't really care about all that. But you should go stream Broken because it is a good song and Bugs on it. Trell needs a babysitter, so if you could private message him, he might be able to hook you up with a job so he could do shows on Sunday nights.
Make sure if you're babysitting, you're a female, that you're 18 or over. That way he doesn't get in trouble.
And make sure you know CPR.
Okay, so all jokes aside, I'm gonna go ahead and plug for the first time. This Friday, I'm doing my pilot show for my own podcast called Nothing to Lose. So
I gotta
tune in for that.
Do that stuff on here.
I'm playing.
I reached for the trackpad on the laptop and then
definitely check out the new podcast that Trell's premiering this Friday. It's gonna be
what's it about? Newports and Hennessy?
No, it's gonna be where it's a critical critique show. So when everybody was talking about constructive criticism, we're going to be giving constructive criticism.
Trell.
Yes, sir.
Where are you doing this show at?
We're doing it remotely for the pilot.
Where are you going to be doing this show at?
What do you mean where?
Are you going to be doing it outside like you are right now?
Oh, wow, you're being funny. Okay.
No, I'm being serious.
Yeah, we're going to do it remotely. I will not be doing it off my phone.
I want your shit to look the best that it can. So
we're going to build it up. We're going to build it up as we can.
He don't give a
Indy Uchiha is going to be producing it. It's going to be brought to you by Imprint Group and Nerd Mix, and we'll build up from there.
I don't know if you know this, but we have a place where you can do a podcast where it looks professional.
I can't even make it to Sunday dinner, bro. Your invite is much appreciated.
Well, no, you gotta pay, but you could do it here.
Well, I mean, it's dope that you said bi-weekly because we're going to be on opposite weeks. So you know, that's something we definitely could look into. We'll talk about that off screen.
Yeah.
Where can we find you at, Joe Budden Jr.?
Oh, that's to me. Oh, you can find me at Nerd Mix Alpha everywhere. Anime Assemble podcast comes back Tuesday. I've been looking forward to that. Can't wait to be that back. Attack on Titan, the final season started today, so it's a lot of stuff to talk about. Looking forward to producing for Trell's pod. Being Syndrome, probably about to get together while you're gone, and knock something out. And yeah, we're doing a lot of stuff, man. You're finna see a lot of content flooding both YouTubes, all over Facebook. If y'all thought we were annoying when we started at the beginning of 2019, it ain't gonna be nothing but us on your screens for the rest of the year and going into 2021.
It's true.
Facts.
Syndrome _TS on IG, Syndrome TS on Twitter. Go stream Trust Issues and Extended Weekend on. It's everywhere, man. Wherever you stream music, man, just type that in. You know what I'm saying?
And be on the lookouts.
Listen
for the next Extended Weekend.
Look,
McCoy versus Banner.
Okay. It's indie music.
McCoy versus Banner. Hey, McCoy versus Bruce Banner.
You guys should look out for it. Seriously. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This has been Sunday Dinner. We'll be back next week at like fucking sometime after sometime and before another time. And until then,
sounds about right.
And until then, I don't know. Take off the fucking lashes, women. What the fuck? Nobody wants to see that.
Fuck those lashes.
Yeah, fuck that lash. Take that shit off. Or drunk bitches. Hey, drunk bitches be in the club with one lash because they already lost one. Like my contact blurry. No, you only got one.
Gang banging. It's the left one or the right one.
How do you wipe your ass with them long ass nails?
They don't.
Ooh, they got shitty fingernails. And on that note, we'll see you next week.
Love.